Good afternoon, everybody, on this sunny Sunday. Just thought I'd tune in here just to get things updated. Storms are starting to appear for the Ottawa area. So we are going to be focusing on this. I will go through the severe thunderstorm watch that was just put out a short while ago by Environment Canada. And I'm just going to zoom out here just so you can see there are storms, regular storms and rain to the north off a big system coming from the west. Today, there are some isolated storms further south, which is these ones here that we're looking at that are just west of Ottawa currently, and they are trailing eastward. And so there may be multiple rounds today of storms. So just because storms have passed does not mean you're in the clear today. So it looks like the second round or the later storms, I'm going to say, have the potential to be more severe than these first initial ones. But as we saw last week with the storms over Castleman and east of Ottawa, those definitely overperformed and did do quite a bit of damaging with hail and stuff like that in the area. So I will fire up the radar loop here just to show you guys what has happened this afternoon. So as the storms were moving, or as the environment was moving in, you can see the storm popped over Pakenham and then has moved into the Dunrobin Carp area and is moving to the western portion of Ottawa at this point. So we are expecting storms to hit Ottawa very shortly. And right now, again, they're just over the Ottawa River and into Carp, Canada, Elmer, Bell's Corners. They're going to be the first areas to impact here. This is just rain at this point. There isn't even lightning on these storms, so nothing super intense. And so it'll be a heavy downpour in certain areas where you see the red areas. Yellow and green are less intense in terms of rain. But these are the areas that we're concentrating on right now. So just have a look at the severe thunderstorm watch. We'll read this out here. And so conditions are favorable for the development of severe thunderstorms that may be capable of producing strong wind gusts, large hail, and heavy rain. So that's what we are looking at. Again, they're saying 1 inch of rain possible within an hour or 30 millimeters. They're saying wind gusts up to 90 kilometers an hour and nickel-sized hail. So very similar warnings from the previous several events that we've had in the area. And these, the thunderstorm watch extends all the way out to the east. And then Quebec also has a severe thunderstorm watch for for a very large region. I shouldn't say the whole region, but basically southern Quebec is the whole southern portion of Quebec is covered here in this. So we will do what we've always done for the last few days and keep you guys updated as things progress. Again, we'll jump in and see what transpires today. So I will stay on here as long as I can today and answer questions and give you guys live updates. I am keeping an eye on storms that will fire back to the west and continue through here. I suspect if the storms track the way some of the models are showing, the Ottawa River might provide a bit of enhancement for some of those storms. And again, we're talking, we're 1:40 in the afternoon. This 5, 6, 7 o'clock is kind of when the peak could happen. And so we're going to be at this for a little while today. So awesome to have everybody tuning in again today. For everybody that's new, doesn't know me, obviously, I'm Tom Smetana, Storm Chaser for the last 10 plus years. And we're teamed up with Connor Mockett as well, who's on vacation out west. Already getting some comments here from the chat that there's already rain in Elmer. So that's good to see that we're getting confirmation. The biggest thing is that radar does take quite some time to update. I will always mention this on the live stream for those that are new. 135 was our scan. That's the latest scan, and that was updated just now. So it's a 4-minute old scan at 139. Just so you understand, before we get the data, it's already 4 minutes old. So we're starting to see that storm is expanding. And we've also had something pop in the last scan, essentially from one scan to the next over east of Cumberland, Clarence, Rockland, Clarence Creek. There's a cell that has popped in that area there. So there's a very obvious line forming, and that's what we were sort of expecting. So if you look along here, there's going to be storms to the north of this line, just along it. That's our area of instability, and it's allowing storms to fire at this point. So we have trailing storms back to Carp all the way to Blakeney at this point, and nothing for, well, there's some, again, there's a couple more small ones, Clyde Forks and area back there. So we're going to monitor as these grow, and we'll stick with you guys and let you know what's happening here. So nice. So Chris McDonald tuning in from upstate New York, it looks like. I live real close to the New York border. I spend a lot of time going over to Ogdensburg. So welcome aboard, Chris. Thanks for watching. Right now in your area, no real storms. There are some storms that actually fired in upstate New York. They were going over the Adirondacks. So they fired earlier. I was watching them, but they dissipated. So they are being fired by the elevation change, is my suspicion in that area. And then once they get off of it, they die. They can't sustain. So beautiful area, the Adirondacks. Okay, so let's jump into this, see what's going on. We will pace through this and answer question. What time should we expect this in Eastern Ontario, Smith Falls, Brockville area? So Jenny, good question. It may not make it down to that portion. Again, earlier on I was showing this line here where storms are to the north of that. So obviously Smith Falls, Kemptville, where I'm at, won't have storms at this point, but it could happen. If it does, it will happen later on. Late afternoon, evening is possible. But again, it all depends on how this develops. So right now you're in the clear, but you're still a possibility in the evening, late afternoon. I'll be on here most of the day. Ryan, awesome. Thank you for tuning in again. Starting to see familiar faces, and I love it. We'll get to know each other as we progress this channel. So looks dark from Stittsville. So if you are, if you're looking north, you're looking at the biggest portion of the storms right now. So they are, like I said, moving eastward and out of the area of Stittsville at this point. So it's just going to miss Stittsville. So we'll see when this next scan comes in. I'm actually going to click on the severe thunderstorm watch. I mean, they've put it out for 13 hours. That's how long they're putting the watch out for. That's Environment Canada's window for these conditions that are possible. So it's a big window usually, but I would think that most of this will be out of our area possibly by dark or around dark, but it could persist after dark as well. So Deep River questions about up there. So right now you are just getting generalized storms. Again, not even any lightning on it, so it's just rain. We're looking right here. You're getting rain right now, and it looks like you will have rain up in Deep River for quite some time today. This system is just trailing from the west coming in, but I don't suspect any severe up there at this point. Just regular showers at this time anyways, and we'll keep an eye on it. I tend to pan out and look at things just to make sure we can go, like I just showed you, the storm in Clarence Rockland that popped in one scan. So I try and look around to make sure I'm not missing anything, or something that's behind, that type of thing. So Brian saying he just came back from Carleton Place, I would assume, and it was looking dark towards Pakenham. Yeah, everything to the north of where you were traveling would definitely show those storms on the horizon. You might even be able to see them. I'm just going to take a look here on my camera, but I don't think it'll have the resolution. Yeah, no, you can't see the storms on my camera, but they are there. just not enough resolution in the sky for me to be able to show it. So, okay, so what about Ottawa? Sorry, I late joining. Should be taking down my portable tent awning. Lee, yeah, Ottawa right now could be in for a couple of rounds of storms. So there's one bigger one coming in right now. We just got our latest scan in off the radar. The Clarence Rockland storm is definitely intensifying, heavy rain there. We still don't show any lightning anywhere, which is good. They haven't gotten to the point. And again, these first round of storms I don't suspect will be as strong as the possible second round. Putting down, I guess it depends what's holding your tent. If there's nothing holding it to the ground, then there's definitely going to be some winds associated with these storms as they move through. This main cell that we're looking at coming into Ottawa right now, that's going to be the first round that you will see. And I'm going to just take a look to see what the wind profile looks like, if it'll load. So on the Ottawa side, there isn't much in terms of winds at the surface. It's pretty mediocre or calm. I don't want to use the word calm. It's nothing to be concerned about on the Ontario side. I mean, above the surface, we're talking 18 miles an hour, which is, you're looking at just under 30 kilometers an hour, but that's above the surface. So minor wind gusts, if anything. So that's where we're at with that. Perfect. So Samantha asking, hey Tom, anything headed for Cornwall? Cornwall, I'm very skeptical that you will see anything. If you do, it will be later in the day, late afternoon, evening. Anything south, that's what the models have been showing later on. So right now, afternoon, early evening is where things will start to get moving for you guys. I should say late afternoon, early evening, possibly things might happen in Cornwall. So okay, as long as you don't say second round. Yeah. Well, today, like I said, there's going to be a few, I think. So we'll see how the day progresses. But I'm here to walk you guys all through it and go from there. Getting a good downpour in Rockland. Yes, that storm materialized out of nowhere within 2 or 3 scans. So that's the scan before. So literally popped in 3 scans. There's the initial showing up on radar, and it's usually, I want to say it's 10,000 feet before it starts to show up on radar. I could be wrong on that. Then the second scan, and now you're getting another scan. So definitely you're getting some rain, and you're on the northern edge of that. Clarence Creek, for example, right now is going to be getting a ton of rain with that storm over there. Okay, velocities are pretty calm. Yeah, Ryan, absolutely, 100%. Jessica out of Renfrew. So Renfrew right now in the clear. I'm going to show you what it looks like here. There are storms that could come into the Renfrew area. Currently, nothing is, I'm just going to run this scan just to make sure, but nothing seems to be tracking into Renfrew at this point. And but that doesn't mean nothing is going to pop. Again, just as I mentioned, we literally had one storm pop in a few seconds or a few scans, and suddenly there's a ton of rain. So Renfrew is definitely within the area for severe thunderstorms. You're right in the edge of the watch on the northwest corner of that. So definitely pay attention if you're not watching the live stream the whole time. Then definitely pay attention if you get any kind of severe thunderstorm warning on your device. What do I think of Windsor? Windsor, yes. Okay, well, let's pan back here. I'll take a look at Windsor. A little outside of the area, but I'm happy to take a quick look there just to give you an idea. Down by Detroit here. Right now, there isn't much going on. I'm just, I'm just going to click on the closer. I'm going to use a US radar just to get an idea. Okay, there it loads. So right now Windsor looks fairly clear. Nothing looks to be popping at this point, but there are storms trailing northeast. So there's a possibility. I did not run a forecast for the Windsor area, so I can't really give you much more than what I'm seeing on the radar itself at this time. Hope that helps, and then we'll swing back here to the Ottawa radar and come back in and take a look. We're still on the original scan there. No storms would be best, Samantha. Yes, yeah, that's most people. That's what they want. It's just us weather geeks that like the storms, but again, we don't like them impacting people's lives. How's Ottawa or Canada look like? So Canada is getting rain for portions of it. Canada's gotten pretty big over the years. So to the northern portion of Canada right now, you're getting rain. You are on the very edge of things. There are storms trailing back to the west that could come into Canada. So you're definitely going to see some possibilities of some rain showers. How severe is still a question mark right now. Really heavy downpour in Dunrobin. That was from the earlier cell that moved, has now moved east, I'm assuming. Raining in Almont right now. Definitely. Yes, there's a small shower right around Almont. Again, nothing severe, just a regular storm at this point. Blackburn Hamlet, it's getting dark right now. So Blackburn Hamlet is in line with this storm coming to the east, so you definitely need to heed. It's just rain at this point. Again, just a heavy downpour, so if you're doing any outdoor activity, soccer, golf, that kind of thing, definitely going to need to find shelter unless you enjoy being in the rain. That area there is definitely going to see something from this storm as it moves east. Good afternoon. How's Cornwall? Cornwall is Tanya. That's for you, DeRoche. It is out of the radar or out of the area right now. Again, second round of storms later on, late evening or late afternoon, early evening. You may see something happen. We will track it if it does go, but for now, it is definitely not something that's going to happen in the short term. So. Any questions for Chloe Johnston? Any storms or rain for Kemptville area? We are a possibility for later on today. Again, it falls in line with the Cornwall aspect. We would just seen it sooner because of the eastward trajectory. So we will keep an eye on Kemptville, but again, late afternoon, early evening is the timeline for there. Blackburn is minutes away from the storm arriving. Yes, yeah, it's going to be there very shortly. The Clarence Rockland storm continues to expand and have heavy downpour with it. My sister and brother-in-law love chasing them in Merrickville. We are complete opposites. Yes, it's funny how, some people, the vast majority of people don't enjoy chasing storms. There's a small percentage of the population where that's their thing. I'm obviously one of them, but we definitely get called a little crazy or disconnected. But it's been my passion for the last 10 plus years. So anything for Perth? That comment coming from Lori. Right now, no. But you are in the area where you could get storms later today. Again, second round possibility. So we definitely will keep an eye on that. And if you're watching, I will point out if anything's headed for that area. Canadian Timbit soccer has been canceled. Yeah, probably a good idea. I'm just looking at the storm on the latest scan as it goes right over Ottawa, all the way up to Chelsea, down to Bell's Corners, essentially. So a fairly wide area in terms of these first two cells. They are kind of combining into one, this whole area here. And it's just, again, moving eastward, heading off towards the eastern townships, that kind of stuff. So we'll be over most of Ottawa shortly if it already isn't, because we're 147 was that scan. We are 154, so that's 7 minutes ago. So quite some time has elapsed since then. Pembroke getting dark. Yeah, you will have regular thunderstorm or regular storms up there. I think you're above the severe possibility, but again, we'll take a look at that. So I'm just reading some more comments here. Awesome, thank you so much. We're here for you guys. I'm happy to help out wherever I can. With the weatherman JJ, yes, JJ was a staple when I was a kid growing up, and such an awesome individual. Definitely miss him for sure. Just a sec here. Hi from Hawkbury, Marie Rochon. Thank you for tuning in again. You're becoming a regular. Love to see this. You guys late today in Hawkbury, you fall kind of under that category that depending how these storms trail that are in the first round, you may see a first round in Hawkesbury and a second round later on. But we've seen in the last few events that Hawkesbury kind of gets missed, sort of like Kemptville. It's almost like we share that ability to dodge storms in the area. So getting light rain in East Ottawa, yes, so that would be right now, I would suspect on the next scan that we see things, the rain will be almost in Blackburn Hamlet. It'll be encroaching on Orleans. So starting to cover that whole Ottawa area for storms or for rain at this point. Again, no lightning so far that I'm seeing, which is keeping the intensity down. Just started to come into Canada. Awning is down just in time. Perfect. Glad you got it down. Glad it made a bit of a difference there. As far as Deep River. Coming question from Cheryl Caron. Do the storms get severe as far as Deep River? The warning is up that way, or the watch, I should say, not the warning. The watch is up that way, so you're just outside of it. Right now, you are just getting, like I said, regular rain, regular storms, no lightning even at this point. So just a Sunday shower, and you will probably stay south of any severe weather that happens down in the Ottawa region for this point. So had to check in before heading out here in Kemptville. Best weather resource. We are lucky to have you guys. That's awesome, easy breezy. Thank you for that compliment. Kemptville right now, like I said, being that I'm here and on the radar, it's clear. I suspect we will see something late afternoon, early evening, and we are right on the edge of that severe as well, the severe watch that was put out. So just best to keep aware of what's going on and your ear to the ground, as I say. Also, just if you do get an alert on your phone, either tune back into the stream or have a look and just see where you can grab some shelter. But so I just noticed Clarence Rockland Storm has our first lightning bolt in the area. So we're officially on the board with lightning out there. It is the more intense storm out front. And then towards Canada, north of Canada, between Canada and Elmer, is kind of the next area of most intense precipitation. So two areas that are definitely ones to watch there. So what else do we have here? Cheese puff came down pretty hard for less than a minute in central Ottawa. Wow, that's impressive that it only lasted for a minute. So interesting. Maybe the storms are moving through quickly, or there are some pockets sometimes that you see and it'll start back up, but keep us posted. Rain is all I'm expecting right now. Comment from Cheryl, and once the severe portion does kick in, if it does this afternoon, we will highlight areas that have potential hail and go from there. So Buckingham, Quebec, yes. So right now you are in the area where there is possibility for severe storms. Excuse me. Let me just tune in here for you. So Buckingham is just north of these cells. You might see some light precipitation at this point off of these storms that have fired. Unless they expand northward, you're not really going to see a whole lot at this point. So right now you are in the clear. Marie Rochon, we have a Hawkesbury split too. So Kemptville and Hawkesbury definitely have splits. We've learned that part. So what else have we got here? Awesome. Thanks for the compliment, Chris. Again, yeah, anybody who's enjoying this, definitely hit the like button. It helps us out. It's a easy way to do it. And then if you are interested in knowing when stuff happens in Eastern Ontario, Western Quebec. Definitely subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications, because it'll send you an alert when I hop on or Connor hops on, so that we can let you know what's going on. And Cheese Puff coming down harder now. Good. Well, so I'm glad that I'm able to, not able to, but glad that the rain is reflecting what we're seeing on radar here, and it'll be off and on a little bit because there are pockets of heavier rain within that storm that's over Ottawa right now. Okay, so, and if you see anything, for example, you've got hail or damage from wind, that kind of stuff, always take note. Our email address is at the top left corner. You can also submit any kind of pictures through the Facebook pages. The best one, honestly, is Connor Mockett, Weather Chaser, but you can do it on any of our channels, Canadian Weather Live on Facebook as well. And if we have time, we will definitely put it up on the stream and show others what everybody else is experiencing as well. Always good to have eyes on the ground. So we appreciate anything that gets submitted. So heavy rain for Sudbury and area has been pouring down since last night. 19 Celsius now. That's from Evelyn. I'm in Marks Day, Warren area. So yeah, up there you would definitely have a long day of rain. Again, just general storms back up in the Sudbury area. I don't know if the radar's, yeah, the radar's still down. It's been down for quite some time. I'm not actually sure why. So I haven't been able to look up in that area to see what has been happening with all these storms up there. So hopefully Environment Canada will have that back up and running soon. Okay, so Russell, Ontario. So that's a question from the Lemon Pepper Stepper. Let's just take a look at Russell here. Sorry, zooming in a little too much. Russell right now is south of the line of storms. Russell will fall in line with Kempville possibly later this afternoon and early evening, because there will be more rounds of storms based on what models we're predicting. Those are the ones that I think will be more severe, but we shall see how the day unfolds. Rain starting up in Gatineau, coming from Kerry Weir. That makes sense. It's all along that Highway 5 and 50 through Gatineau, Hull, Elmer areas right now based on what I'm seeing on the radar. So perfect. Lee, appreciate that comment. That's what we're trying to actually build. That's the whole premise behind this channel, is we want the audience to be part of what we're doing so that we can be as interactive as possible. Obviously, as the channel grows, the comments might get out of control to the point where we can't keep up with them, but we are going to try and do the best we can. And that's the whole point of Canadian Weather Live as we grow this. Thomas Miller, Lake Erie is hot. Well, we've had a lot of warm weather, so I'm not surprised to hear that. I actually wish I was outside swimming rather than inside at this point, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. Williamstown area, what is my prediction for early evening? Prediction is one thing. Let me just take a quick look here just to see. What am I looking for? Oh, yes. I'll have a look and see. Again, I think Williamstown possibly... Sorry, just trying to load something here. Computer's giving me a hard time. Uh-oh. We may have lost internet. If it's cuts out, we'll be right back, but something is definitely interfering with my internet right now, and I'm not too sure what that is. So hopefully the stream is decent, but something is definitely acting up with my my internet at this point, but I will keep at it. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, I can't even load a page right now. Okay, well, so we will have to Okay, internet should be back. Okay, so we're back now. I don't know what that was. I apologize for that. Let's see if this works better now. No, it's still trying to load, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I will keep an eye on this. I'm trying to get this information up for Williamstown and just take a look at that. So there we go. Okay, we're rocking and rolling. So again, Williamstown, kind of north of Cornwall, just so everybody knows. Late afternoon, early evening is my suspicion on that portion of the area getting storms. In a second round that's coming, these first ones will be to the north, but there is possibility of a second round to the south. Okay, so I'm getting lost here in the comments. Brit radar down for a few days. Ryan saying, yeah, I've seen that. Pouring in downtown Ottawa, which on the latest scan, that makes total sense. The most intense precipitation in this little cell is definitely right over top. Ottawa. Ryan, Connor goes out west and the fun is back in Ontario. You have no idea how much I've been poking fun at him in our chats because I said I thank him for his sacrifice because we really haven't had storms and I'm a storm guy. So the fact that he went out west, everything's happening here. So yeah, he's watching it in the rearview mirror, as they say. Extreme is hitting Montreal, Mont Laurier, and Toronto now. Extreme, like Extreme Chase Quebec, or I'm just looking to see. I don't see anything in the Toronto area, but that's a comment from Evelyn, so just not 100% sure what we're referencing there. Kate just joined here. Canada North. Oh, Tangers area, the outlet malls. Yeah, so there's a small cell that's coming into Canada now. It's just rain. There's nothing severe on it at this point. I think we've only had one lightning bolt in the area at this point out east of Ottawa. So first round of storms are going to be quieter than the second round possibly later this evening. So what part town is a downpour? Yeah, somebody would have to comment about that. But the map, I mean, the radar is showing from Hull all the way around that there's a bunch of rain in the whole area. So it's fairly broad across the area based on radar at this point. So Canadian Timbit saying now a bit of rain in Blackburn Hamlet, and that makes sense on that last scan. Thank you for the update. Another wave of heavy rain in Cumberland now. That would be the eastern edge of this storm as it moves eastward. So that would be this portion right here. That comment from Mike Blais. So it's going to rain a little more as you progress through the storm. So you're definitely going to get some showers there. Lancaster is hot and sunny right now. Very low wind. Yes, it's basically cooking out there in the Lancaster area. So yeah, we'll continue on here. I'm just going to double check a few things. And then let's just take a look here. Okay, and I got some questions. Did the stream cut out for anybody? Was there any issues there? Because I was definitely showing some latency on my end with the stream going out. So I just want to make sure that if something got cut off or somebody missed anything, fire away with questions. But I definitely had a moment there where it wasn't happy. So. Severe warning now in Bourget. You probably have a watch. I haven't seen a warning go out for any storms yet, but that's a general watch. That's a Matt Knox making that comment. I just wanted to address that. So you would have a watch that's on. We read that earlier. Just basically Environment Canada saying the environment is capable of producing some severe storms. 90-kilometer-hour wind gusts is the maximum. They're saying nickel-sized hail and up to 1 inch or 30 millimeters of rain in an hour. So heavy downpour being the biggest thing. And this region kind of east of Ottawa has definitely been seeing some stuff over the last week in terms of storms. So it looks like another round heading their way. So A few lags, but didn't drop out. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. Ottawa is so stream was fine for me. Perfect. Okay, good. I'm glad. I was getting my quality dropped from green to red, so I wanted to make sure we didn't lose the connection or anything like that. So high wind and lots of rain coming in from Elmvale Acres on kind of the southeast corner of Ottawa. That's from Beverly Walker. Thank you for that. And it has started raining in Stittsville, which, yes, that would be the cell that is now back here, has expanded and is now moving its way into the Stittsville area. So you're going to see, I call it a conveyor belt of storms, but basically, these storms are moving all in the same general direction, and that's the cluster that we're watching for the most right now. As we get things moving along here. So there are storms starting to pop further west. They are tiny, but down by Umpa and Plevna, that kind of thing, you've got some a storm popping out that way. So these storms here are going to ride. It looks like they may ride the Ottawa River. We'll see over the next hour or so, but that looks like to be what's going to happen. So getting dark in Bourget. That makes sense. Storms are headed your way, Richard. Just so you know, there's definitely a likelihood of rain out that way as well. You are in line with it, so within the next half an hour to an hour, you're definitely going to see some rain in Bourget. Next to nothing on Uplands, as in Uplands Drive near the airport. Yeah, it wouldn't be a whole lot. I'm just looking where the 416 is. It would be very light rain, and that makes sense, Dean. Joining late, coming from Dwight. What does it look like for Barrhaven in the next hour? There is a storm to the west here that is just coming into Stittsville, and it's moving in this kind of general direction. So Barrhaven could see some showers. Again, Dwight, just so you know, there could be multiple rounds of storms today. So just because one passes doesn't mean it's over. So what else is here? Did you get the warning? I got it after 2:07. So I'm not sure. Again, the watches came out. So Matt, if you can check just to see if it's a warning or a watch. Warning would mean they're specifically aiming at a storm. Watch means a general area, meaning conditions are favorable for storms. Warning means it's ongoing. What else here? Oh, you're seeing. Okay, I see what Evelyn's saying. So you're getting your information from Environment Canada. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends what interface you're looking at on there. There's definitely a large severe watch out for the whole area. So that's probably, their graphics are just different. That's probably what's going on there. So heavy wind and rain coming into Orleans. That's from Mark. Thank you for that update. Late to the party. Which way are the storms heading, west to east? That is, they are moving west to east. That is correct. I can play the cycle here just so you can see how this has progressed in the last, I want to say, hour or so. First storm to pop was near Pakenham, and now it has moved off to the east, along with storms firing behind that. So, again, we're going to see multiple rounds today at this point. So, and I'm just going to go 205 was our last scan, so we should be getting a new one. So a severe warning has gone out now. We are 214. This has just updated on my software. It was put out here. It may have gone out on devices sooner. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning. It is coming from Environment Canada, obviously, but they are saying the severe thunderstorm is located near Wendover, moving east at 45 kilometers an hour. The hazard they are warning it for is wind 90 kilometer hour wind gusts, and that's a cell that was over Rockland, so it's the one that's leading out front. I am going to update our text here, so bear with me for a moment while I do that. So we can get that scrolling at the bottom, and then we'll get back to things and get you guys updated. So we'll put that in yellow. And get it spaced out a little better. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so that is specifically for the storm that's out front, which is this one here. So that's the warning that just came out. So if you are east of this area, Plantagenet, Alfred, down maybe even to Curran and eastward, you definitely want to pay attention. This storm is headed that way, and they're calling for heavy winds at this point. So let me jump back in here. Weather advisories, okay, perfect. Warning till 5:06 p.m. Yeah, so that's awesome. Watch till 3 a.m. Correct. Perfect. Okay, so we are up to speed on that. I'm going to take a look here. It's amazing how many times we've had issues east of Ottawa in the last week. Seems to be an area that's concentrating right now for those storms. And again, this is early on. We are only 2:15 p.m. I suspect this event will carry till dark, possibly. It might even go past dark, but we're going to see whether that second round pops and where it pops. That's going to be the determining factor at this point. This will move its way into Montreal, Quebec, so western Quebec area. They have watches up there, and we will cover that as well if things keep going. So we're going to try our best to cover as much as possible today for you. Just started raining hard near Tanger's outlets. Haven't heard thunder yet. There hasn't been any lightning, so that is a comment from Kate coming in. Kate, that makes sense. We've only had one lightning strike so far this afternoon based on the software, and Wendover, the Rockland Wendover area was where that happened. These are right now just heavy downpours in certain areas. The Stittsville one is definitely getting intense in terms of downpour, so just a sec here. And then Mary White saying AccuWeather has issued a warning for Bourget. Yes, so that's that severe thunderstorm warning. It is a large area, but the stuff Castleman, Embrun, St. Albert, Limoges, St. Isidore, you guys are all south of the storm that they're warning that for, and that's just the way we talk about this on every stream. The Environment Canada warnings go out where they put a box out, but the warning may extend beyond or behind the storm. So the storm in question for the warning is this one right here, and it is moving essentially in this general direction. So if you're anywhere down here and you got a warning, it doesn't really apply to you because it's not going to make it there. So it's just the nature of how these boxes go out from Environment Canada, and they're supposed to be updating this to improve it to polygons, but we've been hearing that for a while now, and it hasn't happened. And the weather community has definitely been advocating for it, but obviously things move slow in the government, as we all know. So yes, not happening anytime soon by the looks of it. Oh wow, James had a bit of a scary situation riding out a big storm on a mountaintop in a pup tent. Yeah, that would not be fun. I'm glad you made it out, and you definitely have an experience to share at this point. Not sure it's one you want to, but definitely I would not want to be in your shoes. I wouldn't trade places. So torrential rainfall in Blackburn Hamlet. Sorry. So yeah, the storm is right over top of you guys right now for this first round. So it'll last for maybe 10 minutes, I would think, depending how it moves eastward. Plantagenet getting heavy wind and heavy rain. Thank you for that, Shayla. Severe thunderstorm watch here in Cornwall. Yeah, skies are still sunny and it's scorching hot out. Not sure what to expect coming from Alicia, sorry. That is a possibility for later this afternoon. So there's multiple rounds of storms possibly today. So anything south of this first line of storms, Kempville, Winchester, Franktown, all the way out to Cornwall, those areas, you are possibly going to see storms later this afternoon. It's not going to be something in this first round, so late afternoon, early evening for Cornwall. So hopefully that helps out, Alicia. Heading straight for Temiskaming and Mattawa. Yeah, that would be on the northern end of things, so there are definitely some storms up that way. Nothing is severe warned up there that I can see, which is good. I also don't even see any lightning at this point, so it looks like it's just going to be a lot of rain at this point. So let me just take a look here. Second round of pouring rain through Rockland. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because the storm that just moved in 211, that's an old scan, but that has expanded. So we just got the latest scan, and over the Rockland, Clarence Creek area, you're seeing this pocket of rain moving through. So just some more heavy precipitation with that. And I'm actually going to just look at velocities, which are the wind speeds, and see what comes out of it. Let me just take a look here. There, that's loaded. Now, if the stream does happen to go down because of some kind of technical glitch, we will definitely come back. It doesn't want to load wind velocities right now for me, but I'm also experiencing a bit of a internet issue. You gotta love technology, only good when it works. So let me just take a look here. So what else have we got? Rockland's like a hurricane right now, Rachel's saying. Yeah, so that's quite a bit of rain and wind if you're in the Rockland, Clarence Creek area. Definitely don't be outside. Don't get caught outside. It won't last for long, but definitely will be intense while it's going on. What else is here? Stinking hot near the Perth area. Some wind, a few nasty looking clouds moving around, but mostly sunny here. That's from Logger John. Thanks for tuning in again. Perth is definitely out of this first line at this point, so it's definitely going to be warm. You are south of our current line of storms. Cumberland just got hit hard. That's that storm that's out in, propagating in this area here. So the meat of the storm right now is right along the Ottawa River, basically from Orleans all the way to Alfred. Those are the areas that are going to have heavy wind and rain impacted from these storms right now. Rain started very suddenly here in South Canada. So they're pocket storms. So yes, you're definitely getting a small storm, and there's another one popping right behind it. So the initiation point seems to be just west of Canada at this point, where storms are just kind of like a conveyor belt. One goes through and then another one comes in. So you're going to see repetitive rounds of rain, in the Canada, Stittsville kind of area at this point. Just a sec here. Sturgeon Falls, we had a crazy torrential rains here off and on all day coming from Jane Hardy. Yes, that's just a big system that moved through coming from the west, and unfortunately radar is down up in that area. There's one over way by Sault Ste. Marie, but essentially the storms are tracking all the way from right now from Blind River eastward and coming into our region to the north. But the severe stuff is tucked in on the bottom here, as you can see on this larger map. The the general rain is up north, and then the red and orange and yellow areas are your severe or more intense rain showers. So far we have not seen any kind of hail represented on radar that we could tell, so that's good. But again, the second round might do that. So just a sec here. Cumberland just got, it's windy. Jessica, thank you. Yeah, definitely. Warren area hasn't stopped yet. Hawkbury getting cloudy. So you are experiencing what's coming from the west. It depends how it tracks. It might just miss Hawkbury again to the south. But the stronger storms are, to your west at this point. So definitely keep an eye on that. And we'll see if the further rounds come into Hawkbury. A few models were showing some severe storms around 6 o'clock roughly. But again, that's just models. They're not always accurate or very accurate at that point. So, and I'm just gonna do some housekeeping here. Just seeing if anybody's submitted anything in terms of our feed. Yeah, we are definitely struggling today for some reason with the internet, and I'm not exactly sure why, because normally I have very solid internet. Ali asking about Barrhaven. So yes, there's a storm headed that way. I figure in the next 20 minutes, 50, depending what part of Barrhaven you're in, the next 15 minutes or so, you're going to see a storm come through. And that's going to just be rain and wind. There is no lightning even on it at this point. So hopefully that, you know, doesn't intensify too much. Looks like it's just going to skirt the northern portion of Barrhaven. If you're on the southern portion, you'll probably just get some light rain at this point. But the most heavy precipitation right now is between Canada and Stittsville, and moving kind of on an eastward, northeastward trajectory. So looks like the storms are definitely tracking slightly northeast. Perth area later, Logger John. Yeah, it is possible. Models were showing some possibilities of storms there. The further south we go from Ottawa area, the less likely you are to see storms, according to what the models were predicting. So we'll see how that all unfolds this afternoon. And thank you for tuning in. Welcome aboard. Ali, worried about hail in my garden. Yes, I can totally understand that. Hail has definitely done some damage east of Ottawa over the last week. Most specifically, Castleman area definitely had some large hail over the last week, and hopefully that's not going to happen again today. So right now, nothing showing as far as hail, but again, weather has a way of changing and just doing whatever it wants. So we will keep an eye on it and go from there. I'll show you guys, while I'm got a moment here, the satellite imagery. So this is satellite imagery showing the storms. Ottawa's kind of just off to the right, just along that Ottawa River, center right. And you can see the line of storms that just suddenly pop. And that's why I was saying I refer to it as a conveyor belt, because you've got storms that are trying to initiate as you go southwest from there. And so it could be just a constant, it could be a constant day of repetitive storms based on how things are looking on radar right now. And so we'll keep an eye on that. I'm going to just take a look at radar here. Just trying to keep in touch with some chasers. I have a chaser in Montreal who might be also working with us later this afternoon, live streaming. So I'm just going to take a quick look here and get back to you guys in a second. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get back here. So, just got a message. So this was earlier. I'm going to pull this up for you guys. So I'm just going to watch it. Just looks like regular rain. This was in Ottawa. It did pick up a little bit. So we'll get this going here. I'm going to do a share with you guys on the screen. So this was a video from earlier. Just regular rain. Like I said, it does pick up in intensity along the way here throughout the video. Winds don't look terrible. Obviously just minor wind. Nothing to be too concerned about. But definitely some good soaking for plants and for the lawns that need it. Definitely worthwhile. So yeah, you can see here it's starting to pick up as that moves through. So that was a submission there from, just going to pull it up here. We got that. That was from Agostino through our Facebook page. So thank you for submitting that. That was during when I was having internet issues, so I couldn't pull it up at the time. But that was from about, I want to say, an hour ago, maybe. Initial storms, and that was in Hintonburg area, so Ottawa. Okay, let's get back to. So Tornado Pro has a question: is Connor chasing today? No, not that I'm aware of out west. He tried chasing a storm last night. It unfortunately came off the hills because he's in the foothills of Alberta and basically died off. So he didn't get much of a chase there. So he's sightseeing and suntanning more than anything right now. So okay, Dwight, just starting to rain here in Old Barrhaven. No wind really to speak of yet. Yeah, that is still coming. If the rain can get into Old Barrhaven, I'm going to just cycle this storm here. So it will, it will just go to the north. So yes, the Old Barrhaven area might have just basic rain, but north of there into Bell's Corners, I'm just trying to think what else is in that area. Nepean, that is going to have heavier precipitation from this storm that's currently ongoing. So let's zoom back out here. Right now between Cumberland and Clarence Rockland, definitely getting some heavy rain. The storm that was out front seems to be getting absorbed into the line, so it is weakening a little bit while it goes through that merger, but definitely still got lots of rain on that at this point. And I'm just going to look here. It was 34 a half hour ago, and now it is 22. Beverly Walker, so giving us an update. Where was that? Is that in the Ottawa area, Beverly? Just want to confirm, but yes, it would definitely drop significantly in temperature from before the storms were out. So roads are flooding in Rockland, sewer drains are backing up, hope it stops soon, and that's a comment from Rachel. Latest scan came in, you're still going to be in some rain just to the south or over Rockland a little bit as well, but it has, intensification has dropped. You can see south of there was red on the initial scan before that, and now it's just basically orange and dark orange, which is still heavy rain, but it is weakening somewhat as this moves eastward right now on radar. And we'll see whether that continues. That trend of weakening does happen. And again, second round would be the ones I'm most paying attention to there. Oh yes, Elmville Acres, so southeast corner there of Ottawa. Thank you for the update there. Definitely cooling things off. Unfortunately, once these storms pass by, sun might come out again and get really muggy because of all the humidity in the area. So I'm just going to check on a couple more things here. Okay, so we are, 229 was our last scan, and we're 234, so we're still about 4 or 5 minutes out before we get the next scan. Actually, before I came on the live stream, I even saw 13 minutes between scans, which was surprising. I don't think I've seen that in a long time, so I don't know whether there was a data issue, but it definitely was taking a long time to update the radar. It hasn't happened during the weather event, which is good, but sometimes radars can have some latency in them, so I'm just gonna switch over to something here. I'm going to be testing a stream here with one of my guys out in the field, so I'm just going to take a look here. No, that's not what I wanted. Actually, I can probably do it right on my phone. Perfect. So I just tested a video stream with one of our chasers in the Quebec side. So if we end up getting that far and the storms look good over there, I'll definitely stick with it. We'll throw him onto the live stream in Connor's absence. But we'll see how this all progresses this afternoon. So question from Alan Howell. Any word about Hull Wakefield area? So I'm going to just zoom in here on those areas and bring back up Ottawa. So Hull right now has just a small cell that's around it, but there are further storms that could to the west that could pop and could come into the area. So you're definitely going to see the possibility of showers on and off in the Hull Wakefield area throughout this event, and again even including round 2 possibly later today. So it's going to be an on and off day possibility for rain for you. Pouring rain in Tatlock right now. Goose Grouse making that comment there. Thank you for that. Logger John could be getting some activity north of us now and southwest of Perth, and it looks dark towards Perth. I don't hear any thunder, but sky looks a bit sketchy that way. So let's go look at northwest of Perth. North of you're southwest and it's north of you. So right now it would be something over Clayton, and they're small storms. There is no lightning in the area so far today, which is a good change from the last few events where we've had a ridiculous amount of lightning. So so far right now in that area, not much happening. Starting to get light rain in Barhaven. Let me zoom in here to Barhaven. Yeah, so you would, if you're in older Barhaven, you're going to be on the northern end. You'll definitely get some rain. Meat of the rain right now between Stittsville, Canada, and Bell's Corners in that triangle right now, where you're going to have a heavy downpour. Then I just got Des Neiges brunette warning just issued from Marionville. Okay, well, let's go take a look. And it may not have updated on my screen yet, but I will have a look at things for you. Interesting. That, I wonder if that's the old, did they reissue? I'm just going to look here to see if it reissued. No, that's an older one. So I don't know if that's an older warning that came on your device, because that's from about half an hour ago, that warning. And initially it was for the storm that's now over Plantagenet at Alfred and Papineauville up in that area. The storms do look like they are weakening as they are trending eastward, which is good for those areas. Alan, many thanks. Yeah, my pleasure. You're welcome. New to the streams, is your focus mainly Ontario, or do you also cover Quebec areas if there are severe storms? Gone Zero, that's a comment on YouTube there. We are doing Eastern Ontario, Western Quebec. That is our idea for the platform. I do have... like I mentioned, there's possibility that these storms are all going to move into Western Quebec, Montreal area later today. So we will keep an eye on them and take it from there. Gray skies in Gatineau, but no rain to date. It's kind of been south of the river, which is interesting. Your Gatineau's right on the edge of it, so it's tough to say, based on where you are in Gatineau, but yes, definitely you're right on the edge of these storms. Alexandria area later today. So Alexandria area later today, again, you could be Um, you could be in an area where second round of storms really affect the area. Some models were showing that, so we're going to see as the day progresses if that comes to fruition or not. Bourget right now, Mel is asking, there's nothing for Bourget, but again, later on today, you might see some stuff happening from the second round of storms, but currently no is the answer. And when I say second round, I'm talking early evening, late afternoon type of situation. Yeah, Lager John to your south is definitely blue skies. That's makes sense. Again, the further south you go from this line of storms in the Ottawa area and west, the less likelihood you are to have storms. So along the seaway, that kind of thing, we shouldn't be seeing anything there. So looked at radar, South Park heading right for us. Yes, it is, but it is weakening as it's getting there. So I don't know if you guys have turned on some kind of storm shield in Hawkbury, but we'll see if it continues to weaken as it gets there. So right now, the storms are definitely not meeting any kind of severe criteria. The severe warning that is east of Ottawa was for the initial storm, but that has definitely weakened since we started this broadcast an hour ago. Cornwall, anything coming for there? Again, nothing right now. Cornwall is to the south. If storms do fire in a second round, they could potentially late afternoon, early evening in the Cornwall area. But for now, you've got no rain headed your way for the next several hours, anyways. The question, will these storms affect Embrun and Russell? They are on the, let me just zoom in here. Embrun is to the south and Russell is obviously to the south of that. They are just to the north and these storms are northeast. So just to highlight for you folks, it is traveling, helps if I have my mouse there. It's traveling kind of in this direction. So Russell and Embrun are below that. I don't foresee this first round impacting those areas. For now, you may get wind off of these storms, but that's basically it. Pouring buckets on Woodruff and Slack. Yeah, Woodruff and Slack is an area that definitely sees some heavy rain. Sometimes the road floods in that area, so hopefully that's not happening. But I appreciate the update there from Woodruff and Slack area. That would be, just a sec here, that would be right in this area here. Roughly, I'm just trying to say, or somewhere in roughly in there. So meat of the rain is over those areas right now. So Mark Gagne asking if we'll be following the storms into Quebec. If they go severe and they stay tracking that way, yes, we will definitely keep an eye on them and we will track them in Quebec. One of our first live streams actually was with Connor, where he was in the south of Quebec all the way, chasing towards, east of Montreal, essentially, towards Sherbrooke. So we will definitely, if it makes sense, we'll definitely stay on board with them. Winds have died down, muggy and 40°C humidex. Ugh, that's, I don't do well with heat, so those are words I don't want to hear, but I appreciate the update. Evelyn saying Sudbury and areas in a warning until 4 a.m. So up for that area. If anybody's up there watching, definitely pay attention. Nothing in Manotick, that would make sense. Everything, the closest is basically Barhaven in terms of rain, Mary. So you are right on the fringe of it, and you probably won't see anything out of these storms. There is something happening back to the southwest near Franktown and Carleton Place. The radar is a little blind, and we did talk about this on the last stream. This area in here, because it's right over top of the radar, it does not see the storms as well. So it's hard to sometimes distinguish what's exactly going on in that area. But we just got the latest scan, and you can see some storms have definitely started to develop to the west. In the Blakeney-Almont area, just to the east of Carleton Place. in between there and Ashton. So there is some storms starting to happen out that way as well, which will move into the same area that we're seeing right now. So it's definitely the conveyor belt happening where we're going to have repetitive storms. So let me just take a look here. Forecast for Kempville is nothing but sun and no storms for the rest of the summer. Awesome. Well, I'm going to have to move my house and my headquarters then, because as a storm guy and someone who deals with storms, I need to have them. So I'm going to have to put up the house for sale. Let's take a look here. So and I'll go back here. I'll take a look, see if there's anybody submitting anything. Julie Carruthers asking a question a short while ago whether anything was coming into Winchester and the mountain area. Currently nothing for that area. Clear skies. Again, round 2 may make it into that area, but it wouldn't be till late afternoon, early evening. So again, that's where we're at with that. So, and what else have we got here? No convection going on, and a Cessna just flew over for 1446. Oh, in terms of that's up towards the Hawkbury area, if I remember correctly. So rain has stopped in Old Barhaven, and the wind died down again from a little pick-me-up earlier from Dwight. So we can zoom in. So yeah, that storm is actually, looks like it's shrinking somewhat. Yes, so definitely some, the storms are definitely on the weakening portion at this point, where they're downtrending. So we'll see what these storms to the west do. And again, this may be a situation where we have storms that just move through the area ahead, and then the second line of storms that comes through are going to be the ones that are going to go more severe. That's what some of the models were showing at this point. So, and we will look here. Okay, so we are what, 241, 248 was is our current time. So we've got about a 7-minute window there. The scans come in every 8 to 9 to 10 minutes roughly from the radar. So we're just going to be another minute or two before we get the latest update from the radar to see what these storms are doing. You know, just kind of center that in the screen here. So anybody who's looking and doesn't understand what the radar is showing, anything that is red is heavy precipitation, orange as well, and then you go downwards towards yellow and green. So these are the areas currently showing precipitation within those areas, and most of it right now is east of Ottawa. There's another storm that, or cell I should say, that has popped just over Elmer. It looks like it just jumped in the last scan or two, and actually just in the one scan, little storm over by Elmer here just to the west of Ottawa. We'll see what that does, whether it's going to continue to grow on the next scan, but that's definitely something to pay attention to. So Dundee, Quebec, beautiful day there, hot, a little windy, a little hazy. The last few storms have avoided us by as little as 2 to 3 kilometers north and south. Still hopeful for some action. Cheers. Thank you for that update. And then Huck is interested in a Cessna flying northwest, so definitely a plane enthusiast by the looks of it. What else have we got here? Yeah, Ryan, first round definitely has the potential. What I think is in place right now is there's a slight cap in place, and that's what's inhibiting the storms from really going not bonkers, but stronger. So I think that will get eroded as the day moves on, and that second round of storms might have the ability to punch through that and just continue on. So cap, for those people that don't know it, is generally a warm layer of air above the storms that they can't get through, because essentially when you have really stormy days, you have warm air on the surface and cold air aloft. But if you have warmer air above the storm, the particle of air cannot rise and cannot get through it. So it's like having a lid on a pot, essentially. So it just inhibits the storms from doing what they need to do. So Mark Gagne, what's the name of your radar? Is it free? So this is Radar Scope. It is not free. This one is a paid app. I just checked the other day, actually, because I've had it for over 10 years. It's $29 currently to buy this app. It's a more detailed one. A lot of chasers, storm chasers, use this in Canada and the US. There are some free ones out there that you can definitely grab. There is also My Radar. And now I'm drawing a blank on the other one. Radar Omega. Those are the three kind of primary radar apps that are used out in the weather community. So those are ones that you can look at as well. Okay, so we just got our latest scan here, and it looks like there's a line forming right here from Vars all the way up into Wendover. So that area there is just seeing a lot of precipitation, and it's definitely lining out, as I like to say. So anybody east of there, Plantagenet, Pendleton, I'm just trying to see if the storms have kind of taken a more easterly track at this point, and it sure looks that way. So it's going to head just to the north, or maybe Limoges will get it. But again, we're only talking about heavy rain and some wind. There is no lightning associated with this right now. And I'm just going to double check that my software isn't giving me any issues like it did the other day, where it wasn't showing the lightning properly. So right now we're not showing any lightning on any of this. So 417 and north seems to be the line currently in terms of where precipitation is happening. Okay, so I mean, this severe warning seems kind of, I'm just going to double check whether they've no, they've got another 42 minutes, but it's not doing anything there. So let me see here. Okay, I'm actually going to do something to see if I can help my internet. I'm trying to figure out, because I'm still struggling a little bit with the internet, so we'll see if we can help improve it by disconnecting some devices and stuff like that. So hopefully, like I said, the stream still maintains and there's no major issues. Okay, what else have we got here? Looks like we've got a little break. I'm going to take a break myself and go charge my phone online later. Appreciate, Dwight, for you tuning in. We're definitely enjoying doing this for the folks, and we will continue to do it moving forward. So Grifter asking, curious to know if you understand the length of time between scans, and I've seen shorter times. So they have, if you look at the top left corner, so I don't understand why Environment Canada has longer. It won't let me highlight it, but my mouse is in the top left corner under Franktown, Ontario. You'll see the radar is currently in precipitation mode, which means it puts out data updates much sooner than just when it's in regular mode. In the US, they scan much quicker. Here in Canada, we have less access to data, and we have the updates come slower. I am not sure if that's something that Environment Canada controls in terms of when they're putting out the information. I'll actually have to look that up because I don't have a straight answer for that, but it has always been that way, where the radar updates every 8-9 minutes. and it's delayed compared to what they get in the US. So I don't know if that's a nature of the technology or if that's a nature of the standards that Environment Canada is using. So I'll definitely look that up and try and get an answer to you guys for the next stream. Environment Canada has a good app for your phone. Yes, basic radar app, any kind of basic radar app, once you understand what the radar is showing, and then you can play a loop on it, or you can move between the frames. You can look and see how storms are traveling, and you can look at whether they're intensifying or if they're dying based on the coloration of the scale. So what else have we got here? Perfect. We'll be back. Yes. Terminator. Do any of these storms have any tornado risk? Aaron Bolt, no. There's no risk today of any, tornado risk at all. It's funny, you say that, but you never know. Mother Nature can just do something crazy, but the environment is not there for it. This is borderline severe even today. So I would say there's a 0% chance of any kind of tornadic activity on these storms. Yes, College of DuPage has a good free weather app, mostly US, but pings from their Nexrad dual pole comes into Canada. Yeah, I actually use College of DuPage for a lot of my models, and the satellite imagery you're actually seeing. This right here, this is actually from College of DuPage. So I'm a guy who loves that site for doing the analysis and just looking at what's going on. So awesome tip there, Huck. Nadine, yes, we are live today. We jumped on about an hour and 25 minutes ago, and we are going to be doing this for the next, foreseeable several hours while this event is ongoing. I foresee this going till probably, early evening, but it may go it might go longer than that, sorry. Mark Gagne asking if there's any hook echoes. No, there are no hook echoes at this point of any sort to worry about. Ryan, the radar I use has 7-minute updates. Yeah, so again, it's all on how the data flows. That's one of the things. So radar scope might just take a little longer to get it. I'm not sure, but it's something I'll look into for sure to get some kind of answer. Will we have some action, Tom? Or am I going to split it up? Yeah, well, right now, Kemptville isn't going to see anything till out of this first batch of storms that are east of Ottawa. If something fires to the west or southwest of Kemptville, we might get into the game, but I think Kemptville is too far south today. So, high winds and downpour in Bourget coming from Richard Coulchen. Thank you for that update. And another cell kind of has popped over Ottawa. It's coming into Blackburn Hamlet, so it's tiny, but there's some rain associated with that. Starting to rain at Hawkbury just now. So you guys, the storm shield didn't work today, and you look like you're going to end up with some rain, but no lightning again. For anybody tuning in, we don't have any lightning in the area other than one strike about an hour ago. So, it's borderline severe, but mostly for heavy rain and winds is the primary thing today. If things do intensify later on, we might see some hail, but we'll see if that comes to fruition. Okay, so Jose, we had a windy bout of rain about 20 to 30 minutes ago in Hull. Since then, just short bursts of rain on and off. I can see more coming from the Gatineau Hills area. Absolutely. So you've got, I call these little popcorn storms. So you have all these little cells that just are forming in these areas. So that's what's going on. Where you have the on and off rain aspect of it. So just literally popcorn storms. They pop, go, dump the rain, and move on. So it's hit or miss. I mean, you can get between them and get no rain, or be right in the middle of them and have heavy rain. So Marie saying heavy rain, or sorry, light rain, my apologies, at my house in Hawkbury, back here to the east. So that's tracking, and then as this storm comes in, it'll the rain's going to get heavier for you out there. So, and we'll just take a look here. So there are more storms right now that are starting to go again west of Ottawa. They are coming currently into the Carp area. This is just rain, some pockets of heavier rain. They will make their way into Canada, Bell's Corners, possibly Barhaven, definitely Stittsville. And there is a storm that's between, I think we talked about this one earlier, close to the radar. It's just coming into Ashton area. So that one has a decent amount of precipitation on it, even some red. It is close to the radar, so sometimes that's an issue. And then let's just look here. Anything else happening? So I'm just going to zoom back out just to see. There's some heavier pockets of rain on the Quebec side. There's a couple of small cells that are just showing a little heavier, intense rain just south of Thorn Lake, and then there's one here by Vinton, but again, just rain, nothing to worry about at this point. So 2:53 was our last scan, which was 8 minutes ago, so I'm hoping that the newest scan comes in here any minute, and we'll see what specifically this line here does. If it intensifies or if it continues to maintain, or whether it even weakens, for example. So that's where most of our precipitation is happening right now. Jump back in the comments here. Anything down Cornwall Way, melodies and memories? Nothing right now in Cornwall. I don't suspect Cornwall will see anything until late evening if a second round happens. So Cornwall should be okay for most of the day, and if we do get that second round of storms tracking further south, then Cornwall might end up getting some rain. But for now, for the next foreseeable several hours, you're not looking at anything in Cornwall. Nadine just, just cut the grass on the tractor bits so dry. We need this to come our way. I agree. My lawn is hurting too in Kempville. We missed the last round of storms because they split to the east and the west as they track south. So yes, I definitely would like to see some rain happen down this way. And Huck is reporting thunder at 3 o'clock on the nose 3 minutes ago. And you know what? We are showing 2 lightning bolts on that storm that is southwest of Hawkesbury. So those are our first couple of lightning bolts. They are on a more intense precipitation core, literally right in between Van Cleek Hill and Hawkesbury. So that's this storm here. So it's definitely starting to intensify up there. Plantagenet, Curran, Pendleton, you guys are all getting rain. Bourget just went through some rain. Limoges and Vars are getting rain as well. So Castleman, St. Isidore, Fournier, and Alfred, you guys are going to get some rain there soon as this progresses. And I'm just panning back here to take a look. 2:59 was our latest update, and that was a few minutes ago. So again, storms do trail back now into Munster. They are in Stittsville and in Canada, heading that way. There is a small storm that just popped here over Metcalfe and one just south of Manotick. Very tiny right now, but they look like they're trying to get some kind of organized rain going on there. Okay. We just got Corey saying we just got hammered in Bourget east of Ottawa. That makes sense. It's on the very edge of that line. I think I just even may have mentioned that they just came out of the rain, which is right here on the very edge of it. So decent amount of rain in this right here. So thank you for that update, Corey. Appreciate that. Just got super dark in Russell. I'm just going to back out here. Russell, you're south. So, yeah, there are storm clouds to your north, and Metcalf just had a storm pop. So, if that continues to grow, it will come into you in Russell. That's for Fab Fowers on Facebook. And then Nadine saying prayers for Texas. Yes, 100%. Texas, there was some severe flooding down in Texas. If you're aware or not, there were some overnight storms down there, and I want to say it's the Guadalupe River, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but they literally had a river rise over 20 feet, 20 to 23 feet in the span of an hour. So it took away, there was a Christian camp there that was washed away, and I think I've heard up to 50 dead at this point, which is tragic. So, yeah, definitely with you there. Feel bad for everybody down in that area because it hit overnight, like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, which obviously most people are asleep. To be woken up out of a dead sleep like that is, scary. So they definitely have some recovery out of them because it's washed away bridges and roads, and so it's doing quite a bit of devastation down there. So. Raining in Ashton right now, so yeah, that's that little cell that was moving through. That'll be down in this area here, so Ashton has just got a bunch of rain that's moved in, or moving out right now, heading to Munster, Stittsville, Richmond area. Barrhaven might get in on the game at this point with that. Raining again in White Lake from Sasha, thank you very much for that update. And then we had some heavy rain and some wind in Nepean. Let me just take a look here. So, yes, you probably are going to see some more rain. That question is from Lynn, and that's these storms right here that are to the west, and they are basically moving in this generalized direction. So anywhere from Manotick all the way into Ottawa, if those rain showers persist, you will have rain coming into the Nepean area. Right now, they're not super intense. The brighter orange and red is to the east of Carp, and then down by Ashton, you've got some heavier rain as well. So, perfect. Huck saying coming down pretty good here. That's in the Hawkbury area. Just let me pan back out here. Yeah, so that's one cell that's out front that's decently strong in terms of precipitation, so not surprised to hear that. Marie Rochon saying the same thing. Didn't hear the thunder, but heavy rain now and windy. And then heavy wind with that rain that just happened in Bourget. Update from Corey. So again, always thank you for updating us, guys. I'm going to switch over here just to look to see if anybody's submitted anything. So this was how long ago? 10 minutes ago. Absolute downpour near Bourget. No thunder or lightning, just lovely sound of heavy rain. So I'll put this up on the screen. Just have a look at that. So I'll share that with you guys. Get that going. So this is again down in that area that just had some rain. So good watering for the plants. Love the decorations there. The Canada flags. Definitely enjoy seeing Canada flags out there with everything that's going on right now. So good soaking on that video there. So thank you for sending that in. Again, that's from Pierrette Raymond in Bourget. So getting a lot of comments about that Bourget area. So heavy rain in North Hull near Chelsea currently coming from Stacy Ryan. So yeah, that's these storms that are starting to pop back to the west. So you've got, if you're in Chelsea area, that's probably this storm that was affecting you. That's definitely a storm that has just come through, and then you can see it was a tiny little cell, and within about 20 minutes it got to being a little more compact and definitely more rain. So that's what's impacting you there. Really dry in Morrisburg, yes. Anything south right now of Osgood, Kenmore, Franktown, it's definitely going to be dry. I'm in Kempville. I'm definitely not seeing any rain. We're just seeing, this is Kempville. You can see the storm clouds on the horizon just to my north. That would be the either the Munster Richmond storm, or even maybe the no, that would be Munster Richmond Stittsville area. So dark clouds, but wind is picking up a little here at my house, and definitely still hot and sunny. So we are just south of all the action right now, down in the Ottawa area, or in the vicinity of Ottawa. So let's just take a look here. So we've had a total of 3 lightning strikes in the last hour and 40 minutes. So it's definitely, the lightning is staying subsided for now. Julian and Denton, could Ottawa get supercells later? Not likely today. I would say very, 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 very low risk of that. So nothing to concern about. Even if there are some severe storms that come through, they more than likely won't be supercellular in nature with this system coming through. Okay, so we will take a look here. I think I've updated everything on that in that area. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, so the storm in Hawkbury looks like it might cross the river. It might ride the river into Montreal. I'm not 100% sure of that, so we'll keep an eye on that. If you're in Blackburn, Hamlet, Orleans area, Vanier, you're definitely in Navan. You're definitely going to see some rain coming in your way, because there's a pocket of some intense rain in that area. So if you're outside playing any golf or anything, take cover soon. Definitely something happened over the radar here. Franktown has definitely got a cell that has materialized over it. So again, we've mentioned this, the radar here is somewhat blind close to it. So as this storm moves out this way, we'll get a better look at it. But it's definitely something happening there. So we'll keep an eye on what that's doing. And we're around 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. My forecasting and the models I was looking at, 6 p.m. was kind of the hour when the potential more severe stuff was going to happen. But again, it depends where they initiate and which way they track. So we'll stay with that and keep you guys in the loop. Look at here, 305. Our last scan was at 305. We're 313 now, according to my computer. So we'll see what happens here in the next minute or so. We should get another scan update and see what, if anything else is happening in terms of more storms starting to fire. Actually, I'll bring up this on the full screen again. So this is visible satellite, and you can see Ottawa's kind of centered to the right a little bit, and you can see all that kind of line on a northeast angle that, all those storms are firing. There's not one in there that looks overly strong compared to the rest, so they're all kind of maintaining that same intensity. So let's see if we've got anything here. I'm really curious about the storm by Franktown, because that is right over the radar, and it's misleading sometimes how they look when they're near the radar. So I just want to know if I can what the intensity is like. So it's moving away from the radar a little bit, but heading towards Munster, North Gower even might get in on the game here. So it almost looks like the line is slowly drifting southeast on a northeasterly kind of trajectory, if I would say. So Kempville might get in on the play here if the storms continue to fire, further and further south. because the original storm was up by Pakenham, which was firing up here and then heading east and northeast from here. Now we're having storms fire down here. So if storms continue to go and they fire down here, that's where you get Kempville, Winchester, and that kind of stuff in play, even potentially Cornwall. So that's what I was talking about, was the progression later this afternoon, just how this all unfolds. Okay, so just saw Ontario Stormwatch reported 45 minutes ago a minor rotation on the storm near Wendover tracking eastward. Yeah, there's always rotation on storms, so everybody knows there's definitely, anytime there's an updraft in a storm, which is most storms, there is some rotation. That's normal. Storms are rotating. What you have to worry about is when that rotation intensifies and gets tighter. So we can take a look here, and I'll see if I can get velocities to come up. So, for example, this storm by Fournier, let me just zoom in here. So this is considered rotation, and I will highlight it, sorry. This right here, this pocket in here where you've got red and a little bit of green, is considered rotation. It's not very intense. It's not super tight. There's nothing in there that would have me jumping up and saying people need to be cautious of this. You see that throughout storms on a regular basis, and I will just zoom in here just to see what kind of wind speeds we're talking about. So opposing winds, it's showing 7, 8 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour. And then on the other side, there's a little bit of more winds. And again, these winds are not on the surface. They are above the surface. So these are those wind gusts that Environment Canada was talking about. This is above the surface. The max here is 47 miles an hour. So, you know, you're talking, if it got to the surface, that would be a 70 kilometer hour wind, roughly. I suspect below that, you're maybe seeing 50 kilometer hour wind gusts. So again, rotation, a lot of places put up rotation because it gets people's attention, and we're not here to try and scare people or fearmonger. We're here to show you guys what's actually happening and let you know real time, and if there is something to worry about, we will definitely jump on it once we have an indicator showing us that there's something to be concerned about. Definitely, like I said, rotation is a normal part of storm genesis. I appreciate the comment, Marie, though. Like, it's great for me to have a chance to explain things to people and just give them an understanding. That Franktown cell isn't that bad, mostly yellow. Yeah, I see that now that it's gotten away from the radar. So thanks, Ryan. Definitely, I think as it tracks away, it's just going to be heavy rain like the rest of the stuff that we're seeing. Jennifer, appreciate the kind words. That's very nice of you. We're trying to do this for Canada because I don't think it, on a regular basis, we're going to try and get this where we can get outside of the region of Ontario, or Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec, and just expand this with people who are storm chasers, who understand what it's like to be underneath these storms, and just get the word out to people in an accurate and concise manner. That's the goal for our platform. It's also educating people, for people who are afraid of storms, who have anxiety about storms. We want to help them to understand, so that, when they look at radar, oh, listen, that's nothing I need to worry about. It's just rain. The unknown a lot of times is scarier than actually what is going on. So Jennifer, thank you very much for those words. Christian, hi, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. We're always enjoy having new people on board, and we're a brand new channel. We've only been around, essentially, the channel itself has only been around for just over 2 weeks. We launched it, I want to say June 1st, but we didn't have anything happen in terms of weather till June 19th. So this is one of our, I think this is our 4th or 5th live stream in terms of analyzing radar and storms as they come through areas. So appreciate you guys coming on board. So again, hit the like button and subscribe so you get a notification anytime we go on the air. So better than the talking heads at 6 o'clock, Alan. Thank you. Appreciate that. So Christian, can I keep you posted on news that's not weather related, please? What do you mean in terms of, I guess it depends what it is, but we're primarily a weather channel that's designed to let people know as things are going on. That's the primary purpose of this channel. So Marie, I'm happy to explain it. The more you know, the less you have to worry about when it comes to weather. So and I think somebody was asking earlier, I almost went, there were a couple of days, there was a northwestern Ontario tornado watch put out for very far northwest, basically west of Thunder Bay to the Manitoba border. I think what Connor and I, when he gets back, we're going to talk about is that we will go live for any day where there's a tornado threat or watch put out for Ontario or Western Quebec. Just to keep people in tune. Obviously, our primary focus is Eastern Ontario, but I think the more people that are talking about those types of high-end events, the better it is for people. And, I have a regret that we weren't around or on the air for the Saturday where the storms came down through Mattawa. I was on it with family in Toronto, so I couldn't live stream. And would have loved to have been able to put out, the information so that people could take shelter, or at least heed the warning. So on high-end days, I think no matter where it is in Ontario, we're definitely going to tackle trying to be on the air. So what else is here? Very happy that someone's covering live. I'm from Saint Sophie, Quebec. Welcome, Fanny. Thank you for being on board. We're definitely happy to have you here. Yeah, the fear-mongering, Marie, is definitely something. I call it for clicks. We're not here for clicks. We're here to just get accurate information out. The subscriber base and the people that watch it will grow naturally, and that's our expectations as far as the channel goes. So getting a notice here, Mimi saying light rain in Castleman. So yeah, you're going to have, thank you for the update, you're going to have some more intense rain coming through. No hail today so far, no lightning, but you will definitely get a more intense rainfall picking up here there shortly if it's not already happening. Just a sec here. Are we live when there are storms in Canada? So unless it's right now we're concentrating on Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec for now, but we plan on growing this. The big picture is to have this across Canada where we can live stream to local areas across Canada whenever there are severe weather events. Regular rain showers, that kind of stuff, you can definitely tune into your local news or app. It's only when we have higher end events that we're going to be on to let people know what's going on. So, okay, were you able to see the flash flooding in Texas the other day? Coffee Owl. Yes, so we were just talking about that actually about 20 minutes ago or half an hour ago. Marie brought that up, or no, it wasn't Marie, it was, my apologies, Nadine, I want to say. I hopefully have that right. Yeah, it was Nadine that was mentioning it. It's scary what happened down there in the middle of the night. River rising 20 feet. Imagine if the Ottawa River went up 23 feet in an hour. It would cause havoc anywhere that happens. So my thoughts are with those people down there, and unfortunately there's quite a few lives lost and quite a bit of infrastructure that's been destroyed. So it's sad to see. So used to seeing our area grayed out. Jose, yeah, Connor and I, we definitely saw that there was a need for this, and the response has definitely been positive. So we're happy to fill that need and keep people appraised of what is happening in our region and surrounding areas. I mean, again, I'm going to try and do it as much as we can. So. Okay, Christian, you're from Maine. Nice to have you on board. Uh, it's awesome to get. We had people all the way from Vancouver, watching. So it's always amazing to see who has tuned in. I'm just zooming out here. So Renfrew has a cell that has gone. Well, it's not Renfrew, sorry, Norway Bay. It's east of Renfrew. So this storm, I'm just going to scan here just to look back. So this storm just recently popped over by Renfrew and is now heavy downpour between Sand Bay and Norway Bay. So this would be, this would be just in this area right here. So if you are Queon, Quebec, Norway Bay, there's going to be a heavy downpour coming in that direction. It's a small cell right now, but this could expand over the next few scans, so we will definitely keep an eye on that. And then go from there. So, okay. New scan just came in, so that storm that I was just talking about has spread out, so it's not as compact anymore, and it looks like it has weakened a little on that scan. Still heavy rain for Bristol and Norway Bay, but not as intense as it was. Orleans has a big cell over it, heading towards Cumberland again, probably heading towards Sarsfield, but I'm just going to look here to see how this, it's moving more northeast. So this is heading Orleans towards Cumberland, Rockland, Masson, Clarence, Rockland, and probably Clarence Creek as well. Just a heavy downpour there. This storm to the east that is coming into Vankleek Hill is over St. Bernardin. That is a heavy downpour in that area. Just heavy rain and some winds with that as well. So definitely experiencing some winds. We will take a look at what that lead storm is doing. It's starting to get up there. So these are those wind gusts, so 50 miles an hour above the surface. So again, that's 80 kilometers an hour. You're looking at probably 50 to 70 kilometers an hour on the surface, depending how far that reaches. So definitely something to keep an eye out. If you got patio furniture, anything light outside, it's definitely going to need to be strapped down. And so we'll zoom back out here. So we're seeing our line is now essentially right around this area back all the way. So north of there we've got storms, south of there there's nothing at this time. So just to the north of Kempville, if I switch over to my camera, it should be, yeah, you can see the storm clouds to the north. It's gotten cloudy here because the sun has gone away for sure. Wind hasn't really picked up. This is my Kempville camera just outside my home here, and so we're definitely just to the south of all this activity that is happening. And I've lost my visual satellite for some reason. Technology, you gotta love it. What is going on here? Sorry, I'm just going to look and see what, maybe the site is down. I'll have to look at that quickly here. Okay, so will this storm hit Napanee? No, right now Napanee, there's nothing happening down there, Gina. I will back out here to take a look. So Napanee is going to be down here. You guys are in the clear right now. I don't even think later today you'll see anything. You should be in the clear for the whole day. Christian down to Maine. I don't know. I'd have to look at models. It's outside of where I normally look when I'm forecasting, so I can't answer that question, unfortunately. Should I be worried in Limoges right now? Mama Carrie. So nothing to worry about with any of these storms right now. Like I said, the worst case scenario is wind. Limoges is on the basically on the back end of the precipitation that has just come through. There is more coming, but again, just heavy rain at the worst at this point with some wind. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. out here, and yeah, so yeah, exactly. So I'm just reading your second comment there, Mama Carrie. It's you've got another storm that's coming from the Metcalfe, Kenmore, Russell area, and kind of tracking northeast towards Limoges. So the same as what you've just gotten, you'll have some more rain that will come in. So what else here? So I'm just going to double check why my satellite service has, or my satellite imagery has gone down. I'm going to see if it's the site or if it's something to do with my end of things. The satellite's there. So let's do... I'm going to just check to see if I can fix this. Yeah, it won't come up. That is strange. Okay, what else have we got here? So, cell near Vankleek Hill still holding its velocities, yes. That's the strong portion right here out near Saint Bernardin, I'm assuming. It definitely had some decent winds in there. On that last scan, 323, we should have a new one here. I don't know if Ryan, you've already got a new scan possibly, but we'll keep an eye on this because this is where the most wind right now is, just north of there and kind of southwest of Vankleek Hill area. And yeah, so I'm baffled by why my satellite imagery is giving me a hard time. I know what I'm going to do. Clear this out. I'm going to reset it. Let's do this. Yeah, okay. There we go. Satellite imagery is back. We'll get it playing here. Just a technical glitch of some kind. So 323. Oh, my software hasn't updated here. And oh, there we go. Okay, so this is an area of broad rotation. It's maintaining, a very broad area of rotation, because when you imagine how big this area is, this is significant. We're talking kilometers across of rotation. When you get rotation that gets concerning, it's when you get down to a really tight area where you've got red and green really close and really bright. That's where you have those tornadic circulations or things to worry about. This is just, again, elevated, but it is definitely looks like it's probably in the 50 mile an hour range, maybe even more, 56. So this is above the surface, not on the ground. So 56 miles an hour would be about 90, a little over 90 kilometers an hour. So again, at the surface, you're probably seeing about 50 to 70 kilometers an hour as this moves through, heading towards Saint Eugene. It's right on the border with that little nook with Quebec and Ontario. Saint Anne de Prescott as well. So just heavy wind in that area along with heavy precipitation. Let's zoom back out here. I'm just going to look to see. Wow, Manotick has a storm over it. This storm has definitely got some precipitation embedded in it. Heading towards Greeley. Richmond also has some heavy rain, and it's heading up towards Metcalfe possibly as well. So, perfect. So let's see here. Mama Carrie, thank you. Wanted to move my plants and any small things if needed. No problem. Happy to give you the info. You should be good to go. they'll probably just get a really good watering out there, so you should be fine in that regards. So yeah, the lead on this in the Van Cleek area, that's definitely the strongest part, with Manotick showing something fairly intense in downpour as well. Van Cleek Hill is now showing some lightning strikes as well that happened. So that's the more intense part of the storm system. And then Orleans, Angers, heading towards Cumberland again, you're definitely going to get some heavy downpours there. So Huck saying booming pretty good in Van Cleek area. So yeah, just may mention that as well. So you're ahead of me there. So yeah, perfect. Quatario area. Dominic making a comment. Yeah, Quebec Ontario border. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm just going to close this, have a look and see if there's any more submissions. I've got an email that came in. I'm going to jump on that in a second to see what that is. Driving into Ottawa, this was a view around Castleman. Oh, that's pretty, actually. So this into Ottawa, this was Amber submitted this about 11 minutes ago, so I'm just going to pull that up on the screen here. So this was the line of the storm as it's coming. You can see it's very elevated. The center portion, that lowering, that's what always gets everybody's attention, and I like to refer those as SLCs. Scary looking clouds. That's all they are. They generally don't do anything. It just grabs everybody's attention because we're all used to thinking about looking for a lowering. So that there is just, like I said, it's just a scary looking cloud, nothing to be concerned about. But thank you for submitting that. That's over a river there. I'm not sure which river exactly that is, but nice to see that line coming in as well. And then I'm just going to see. And I'm just checking an email here. Huck, it looks like you tried to send me an email, but it didn't have an attachment or anything like that. It was a little while ago, so that was like 27 minutes ago. I'm assuming that's you because it says Hawkbury at 3:09, but nothing attached to it, so just letting you know that. Dominic, I made that up. Well, listen, in the U.S., that's one of the biggest things that they do. Towns that are on the border of states, they just take part of the one state and part of the name of the other state, and they put it together, and it's now the town name. So Texarkana, like there's a ton of them out there whenever I chase, and it makes me laugh because I'm like, you couldn't get a little more creative than that, but I guess not. It's a popular thing down there. So Marie Rochon, lucky you. Okay, perfect. South Nation River looking north. Okay, thanks, Dominic, for the clarification on that. That's awesome. I kind of thought that might be it, but we'll see what happens. Just reading some comments here. And so we're just going to look at this and then become more clear, ask her to... Okay, yeah, I'm just getting a comment from Connor, actually. He got one. He's just asking... he's getting a comment about the clarity of the stream, and I think that's when we were having the technical issues where my internet was giving me a hard time, so it will get fuzzy when it changes in terms of clarity, but that was just temporary, so hopefully everything's good now. Today has definitely been a struggle with the stream. I don't know why, but hopefully that's cleared up and there are no issues now. So I'm just going to let Connor know here. Okay, so what am I going to do here? I need to change out a piece of equipment here. So I will be back in a flash. Okay, we're back. Let's have a look here. So just want to see if I'm missing nothing in Perth, but we could use some rain here. Very dry. Logger John saying that. That's definitely seems to be a common theme in the area. I'm with you there. I definitely could use some rain. How's Chesterville looking on my end? It looks like the storm is mostly trending east of there. Yes, so right now you're just south of essentially all this activity, along with Kempville on that kind of line. So that's a question from Mac. So I'm just going to show you here. So our line essentially extends like this. And obviously Chesterville, Winchester are down here. So you're just south of it. At this point, it is trending like it's drifting south as storms fire to the west. They're firing further and further south. So if they continue that trend, maybe later storms will get there. But again, we're talking about a possible second round. The storm by Vankleek Hill is definitely the strongest one portion right now. It's definitely now you're seeing intensity on lightning going up. So that portion of the storm there, 335, there is some rotation in here, I suspect, and I'm going to highlight this for you folks. It is noise. This to me, I believe, is noise. It just stands out a little too much, and you've got some more up here by the river. So it is more than likely just noise at this point. And I've mentioned this on previous streams. I don't understand why our velocity scans in Canada on these radars that we have are littered with noise. Where in the U.S. It's nice and clean. It's obviously something that they do differently, whether it's the product or the technology. But I just find a lot of times we have noise within our radar. So I'm just going to keep an eye on this. And we are, what time? 3:35, and it's 3:43. So there'll be another scan coming in here, and we're just going to take a look. I'm going to keep an eye on this storm. If you're in Saint Eugene, in areas like that, then definitely we need to pay attention to it for the heavy rain and some lightning at this point, with definitely some stronger wind gusts coming through. Let me go. And then Nation River and Castleman. Mimi, thank you for that, confirming that. So Mac, I'm using Franktown right now. As this moves over to the Quebec side, I'm going to pull up definitely our Montreal radar, which will be BV, as you have mentioned. And then I do sometimes use the Watertown radar. Out of New York, depending on what's happening. So we'll see what this storm is doing, but 3:35, yeah, we should have an updated scan here shortly. Yeah, Mac, I agree. The velocity scans, I'm not a fan here, and I might have to get another product on the stream for the velocity scans and just use either American radar, depending on proximity to the storm, obviously, because it's misleading the further you get away from it, as I'm sure you know. So I just don't want to. The further we look up in the storm, the more likely there is rotation or more intense. Where we want to know is as close to the ground as possible for those storms. So, and I'm just gonna double check a few things here. Yeah, I'm definitely struggling with the internet today because it's definitely lagging here on a few fronts with the. And I don't know if it's the internet or if it's my Wi-Fi. A bit frustrating today. Noise could be the water tower and rolling mills in L'Orignal, big metal structure. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I really would want to know, somebody who's smarter than I am, obviously, what causes these, noise to show up within our velocities. Because I mean, you look here, there's look at the pollution of noise here in the radar, and there's definitely nothing going on there, but you've got red and green opposing, so it just, somebody who's looking at it might be concerned about it. So this is an area of rotation. It looks like it's it's not super intense. We're far from the radar. I'm gonna look at what's closer here right now. So this storm is closer. So this is way up in the storm. So the reason I say that is that Franktown is all the way back here to the left. The distance to the storm is much further than it is from the Montreal radar. So I'm going to have a look at that to see what it's showing. It is showing heavy winds, but not showing, you notice there's no red and green in there. So that's how I kind of verify if there's an area of rotation that I need to worry about. Just because one radar is showing it, doesn't mean that you have... it doesn't mean that you have new rotation on another one. And so this is a classic or perfect example of that situation. There's definitely wind there, and it is windy. So we're showing some 60-mile-an-hour gusts up here. So definitely at the surface, which is just over 100, you're definitely going to be in the 60 to 80, maybe even up to the 90-kilometer-hour range. So anybody Saint Eugene in that area, you're definitely going to have some strong winds coming through with this storm. So we will, and there's, like I said, the lightning has definitely picked up on this cell out front, and I'm watching that from the Montreal radar. I'm also trying to keep an eye on the stuff happening in Ottawa, but that is the strong portion of these storms as they move eastward with this. Sorry. So I'm just going to get back to comments here. Broomfield's dual sport noise. Yeah, just noise. What I mean by that is just corrupt data, I guess. It's just not actually reflective of what is out there. So when I say noise, I'm looking at these red dots that are randomly out here, or this pink dot, these pink pixels that are over here. I call that noise just because it should be clear, for example, how it's all just green or red, but then you get these random green pixels mixed in with red pixels, and that's not rotation, because green is wind moving towards the radar, red is wind moving away from the radar. So that's how you can tell what's happening with the wind. And so when you see this kind of Jenga looking stuff, we refer to it as noise. Hopefully I sort of explained that enough that it makes sense. So let's get back to this storm here, and I'm going to have a look back further. Yeah, Mac's absolutely right. That's another good comment, saying I don't think at that tilt there would be much noise from ground structures. It's elevated, so further you get away from the radar, the higher up, and you're talking thousands of feet into the storm. The radars are generally blind the last kilometer to the surface, essentially, depending on your proximity to the radar. So it's a great little comment there from Mac. Appreciate that. Tristan, did I watch the storms up north on Friday? They looked intense, lots of rotation. Didn't hear anything about tornadoes, though. If you're referring to the northwestern Ontario one, around Thunder Bay, all the way back to the Manitoba border, I did watch them. There was one area of rotation that happened that I was kind of wondering what was transpiring under that storm. Luckily, that area a lot of it is not densely populated. But it was hugging the U.S.-Canada border, so we didn't end up going live because most of it ended up in the U.S., but there was definitely a quotient that went for Thunder Bay that definitely had some severity to it, so I did watch that. Very more noise in general compared to others. Yeah, of course, our radar definitely... I remember we had the laser beams for the longest time. For those that are familiar with that, there was interference with the radar where it would just have this bar of data coming out that would shoot out from the radar on the map and look like a laser beam. So that's why we called them that. But definitely, it definitely has cleaned that part up. But again, velocities, I'm not a fan of all that clutter, I guess. So what are we, 341, 10 minutes ago. So the next scan, I'm actually going to watch it again from the Montreal radar, just to be sure here, because it's much closer to it. So this is a 347 scan. The core has gone down a little bit on it, and so we'll back it up here. So yeah, you can see how intense that red was in the radar, and now it's kind of spread out and it's mostly orange. So a little bit of a weakening going on there, and then I'll zoom in. So the winds are still strong. I can tell you right now, just looking at this, that that's 100 kilometers an hour winds off the surface. So again, 60 to 90 kilometers an hour on the surface would be my guess in that area. So we are now approaching, obviously, the Montreal area. This is going to cross into Quebec. Going to take a look at Franktown back again and just see. So right now, the storms that were in over Franktown, moved through Richmond, are in the Manotick-Osgood area, Greeley, Kenmore, coming for Russell, Embrun, and this is just heavy rain, not even any lightning. There will be some wind associated with it. St. Albert going to see some heavy rain. Clarence, Rockland definitely getting some rain right now on that second round, and then obviously this whole entire line moving from St. Albert all the way up to Saint Eugene, just seeing a decent amount of rain in those more intense areas. So, oh, my voice keeps cutting out. Okay, that's not good. I know I was having streaming issues with the data, so I mean today we've had I've almost lost 8% of my frames going out, which I've never had even 1%. So hopefully it comes back. I apologize if the stream is struggling today. It seems to be an internet issue. So I will do my best to make sure people can hear me properly. I was just looking outside because there was a decent wind gust there. So hopefully the clarity is back and it's only temporary. Okay, what else have we got? Sorry, I was going to look at a couple things here. Just seeing. Just got a comment 5 minutes ago. Saint Eugene is wild. Karen Burton reporting that. So yeah, we're just discussing that there's going to be some strong winds in this storm here. That's to the east, heading for Rigaud. You definitely want to batten down the hatches if you're anywhere kind of east of this storm right here. Definitely pay attention because the wind profile in there is picking up. And I'm just looking to see here. This is the latest scan. Again, we're showing some 40 mile an hour wind gusts, 50 miles an hour. There is one green speck here. I don't know how accurate that is, whether that's noise. It's in line with the noise to the north, but it could be a rotation happening at this point. So if you are, again, to the east of this, just you need to pay attention. So far, I'm not seeing anything other than the 1 pixel of green, so that's not enough for me to be worried about rotation underneath this. But it's definitely got some strong winds on it, even if they are just straight line winds. So, okay, perfect. Glad you reloaded it and everything's good. Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, it's been definitely a long time needed, I think, that we get this kind of coverage for whenever weather events happen. Jordan's one of our storm chasing friends out in Manitoba, so we are definitely all working at having this hopefully grow and expand where we can bring this to you guys, not just here in the Ontario region and the Quebec region, but across Canada throughout the year. So we're gonna definitely expand this as we go along. And so I'm just looking here. Just checking some more comments to make sure that people are camping near Perth. Perth should be okay. That's from Christina Davis, it sounds like. So Perth, you should be okay. This is mostly to do with Eastern Ontario at this point, to the east of Ottawa. And I'm just going to look at this cell over by Saint Eugene from the Montreal radar. Yeah, so it's not showing any rotation, but it is showing heavy winds. So yeah, definitely pay attention. Just going to point out in this kind of direction. And so if you're there, it's going to get windy. So Saint Placide, Saint Hermas, and Saint Benoit, all those areas there, you're in line with this circulation heading that way. And along associated with it, obviously, is going to be heavy rain and heavy wind. The Ottawa area, I'm going to come back to that to just look. It looks like Ottawa, for the most part, all these storms are gone. It's all south of Ottawa at this point. So again, Russell, Castleman, Dunvegan, Maxville, Moose Creek, all these areas are getting rain at this point. Some intense rain, no lightning, and some wind associated with that. Let me have a quick look here. Yeah, nothing. You can quickly see where the wind stands out as soon as you look at the velocities, but over here it's definitely peaking. Those are the most intense winds in the storm. I will look from Franktown just to see what Franktown shows. And I'm struggling with internet again. Frustrating day today, that's for sure. So I've got a comment here. My friend John is in Rigaud, told him to batten down. Very good idea. That's definitely going to be windy down there. I know a lot can happen in a day coming from Tristan, but what are your thoughts about the storms tomorrow? Have some traveling to do tomorrow. Are you referring to the Ottawa area? Which area are you talking about? Because there's definitely a chance for some more isolated storms to move through this Eastern Ontario region tomorrow. I want to say, I'm just trying to remember when I was looking at the model, I believe it was afternoon, evening again, but I have to double check. But there's definitely a chance for the same type of activity tomorrow for storms. I don't know how severe their potential will be, but it's definitely a possibility at this point. So now I've got my data back on Franktown, so let's zoom in here. So you can see, compared to the Montreal radar, there's a lot more, like I said, what I call clutter or noise on this than there is on the Montreal one. So Franktown definitely has issues with the velocities, as Tornado Cowboys was mentioning earlier. So right now, we have rain in Kenmore, Russell. Greeley's just about out of it, and it's going to be just north of Vernon. So still getting some showers there, but nothing too intense here. We're now seeing this storm over by Mirabel, Quebec, just north of the Montreal Metro, or northwest of the Montreal Metro, and the storm in Saint Eugene. So I'm going to have to flip back and forth between radars here, but I'm probably going to switch over to the Quebec one. I'm not seeing anything firing here. We're now 4 o'clock to the west, so we may only get one round, and this may be it that moves out to Montreal region. So I'm just going to switch to the Montreal radar as these storms approach it, and you can see the definition definitely goes up. So Saint Benoit, Mirabel, Saint Hermas, showing some good precipitation in there. Going to see here the winds still what we were looking at earlier. Mirabel, definitely some higher winds, but nothing compared to this storm that's just crossing into Quebec at this point, or crossing the river, I should say. My apologies. So we'll see where that continues. Tristan Armprior area. Yeah, I don't know that there's again there's a line of storms that kind of drops down based on models from the northwest kind of to the southeast, and Armprior would be in that area, so it would be a shorter lived storm section of the afternoon, but if it was to come through, it's not a long event. It would be just storms moving through quickly, rain, and then moving on out. So Thomas Miller, 2,500 Cape over Peely Island near 2,000 in Windsor. Yeah, so decent available energy out here for storms to work off of. So, but everything outside of the Ottawa area now, we're talking Clarence, Rockland, you're in the clear, Barhaven, Stittsville. There are storms to the north. That's just regular rain showers, nothing of any real major significance up there. But we're still seeing some showers here in this area, heavy downpours on this line of storms here. So, okay. I'm just checking if there's any comments. I actually am going to check something here. There are some small power outages, it looks like. Clarence, Rockland, there's a few. I'm just looking at the Hydro 1 map. There's some small Vankleek Hill just to the east of there. There's a power outage, but these are all 20 or less, so nothing major in terms of power being out because of these storms. I suspect as they move into Montreal or north of Montreal, the heavier winds are definitely going to affect tree branches and that kind of stuff. So I'll just come back to this storm that has now moved outside of the Ontario severe warning and watch, and is now into the Quebec one. Quebec Environment Canada has not severe warned these yet. But these would be your two main storms on the Quebec side heading for Blainville. And then these storms down here, like I said, coming through Rigaud and following in the path of the storm ahead of it, essentially. So you're welcome, Tristan. Happy to help out. Okay, so just going to see if there's... Just checking to see if there's any cameras I can access by Rigaud, but there isn't. They're only in the Montreal area. Yeah, I don't have any cameras I can access down there. I was going to look at that Rigaud storm just to see if I could see what the cameras were showing, but there's nothing in that area from the Ministry of Transport in Quebec. More without power, terrible maintenance. Hydro-Quebec, yeah, busy. Yeah, well, if these storms continue, and these are the stronger ones right now, it's definitely going to throw some stuff around, unfortunately. So you're right, it will cause issues on that side. I'm going to just switch back to Franktown here, take a look. So smaller pockets. Embrun, you're about to get a bunch of rain. Limoges as well, Castleman within about 20 minutes or so, half an hour, I would say, you're going to have this storm cell right here is just going to move in line with the rest of everything kind of in this direction if it maintains. So definitely some more rain headed your way, but right now that does look like the end of the line that's currently in play. So I don't see anything popping anywhere to the west. And then we'll take a look quickly at visible satellite here. So the last of the storms, it looks like it's almost clearing out behind this line. You can kind of see it, how it's tucking itself into eastern Ontario, western Quebec at the end there. And then everything behind it is clearing out somewhat. There may be a second round that is down by the Peterborough area that might trigger. So we'll see what comes into the region as we continue to track all of this weather heading into Montreal or north of Montreal, I should say. Okay, so what else is here? Only camera starts in Vaudreuil. Yeah, I see that. Like I'm looking at the Quebec 511, I guess it is, and definitely nothing outside on the highways, which is interesting because if you look at Ontario 511, we've got cameras throughout the province. Quebec seems to have it just in the urban environments right now based on what I'm seeing. So yeah, a little blind in those areas along the river heading towards Hawkbury and that kind of stuff. So Mike, thank you for being all here, and we're happy to do it. So our pleasure to keep you guys up to date. My cat's mom, at least you can access the forecast. USA has less people now, causing no alert in Texas. Gotcha. Yeah, it's Texas. I definitely I feel bad for them. Just noticing this stronger storm up here, Sorel Tracy, if up northeast of Montreal and heading up towards Trois-Rivières. And then there's a severe warning for just west of Quebec City. So storms up in that area that are tracking that could pose a bit of a threat. I'll see what the severe warning is. It just came up about 15 minutes ago. And we'll just see here. Environment Canada are tracking a severe thunderstorm capable of producing strong wind gusts, P to dime-sized hail and heavy rain. So they're referring to this storm that's, like I said, just west of Quebec City. So it's heading, I'm going to play the radar here, if it'll cooperate. We'll try and load it. Are you not loading? It's a little bit of frustrating afternoon with technology today, that's for sure. Yeah, doesn't want to load at all. Huh. Okay, well, we'll come back to that to see if I can look at it. Yeah, we're on the right radar. Yeah, no, it's my internet that's causing an issue again. Oh, okay. So let's see if I can load this. Yeah, I can load this, no problem. I'm going to try and get you guys an answer up here just to see what it's doing. There we go. Now it's loading. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, this storm is actually moving more east than anything. This is part of the more northern complex, and as you can see, it's just going due east, essentially, as it tracks towards Quebec City. So, that storm looks like it has some intensity on it. There are some chasers up there. Mark Remiard, he's up there. That's the gentleman that JF Messy cut. Those are all people I know in the storm chasing community. So yeah, that storm up there has definitely got some intensity towards Quebec City. It's definitely, if you're up in that area, definitely need to pay attention to that. I'm going to scroll back to the storms that are here and try and take a look at what's happening here. So I'll look at this storm. So as the storms move out of Ontario, again, mostly Ontario, you're just seeing rain showers at this point. Embrun, Russell, Kenmore continue to have rain, Limoges, and then tracking northeast from there. So we may be done sooner than we thought in Ontario, which is good for folks, but we're going to keep our eye on it. So on the 15 in Blainville area for cameras. Okay, Huck just making a comment here, look north on the 15 in Blainville area for cameras. Jenny and Pete answering comments. Look like the line is north of us in the Kempville Smith Falls area, so we will likely miss this today. Yes, Jenny, that's what it's looking like right now. Definitely nothing to the west is popping. There could be some additional rounds later this afternoon, or late afternoon, early evening, so it could be a second round. And if, let's say, this dies off and the warnings drop, I will, and it starts up again, I will definitely jump back on the live stream to let people know if anything does happen that needs to have people paying attention to it. So can't see the cities too well on your map. Well, they're smaller, but we try and not populate too much with the names without getting it too cluttered. I can't adjust really much. It's in the software. I've got it on one of the largest settings, but they tend to highlight the larger cities is what they do. So just so you know, but I appreciate the update and the comment. What else here? Eyes on the ground for future. So Tornado Cowboys, Ontario Storm Chasers. If you ever want eyes on the ground for future severe storms, and I'm live at the time, feel free to use my footage if you'd like. I'm mainly on Facebook and not sure if that will be compatible. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Tornado Cowboys. I'll have to look you up and add you to our pages that we follow. I can definitely do a share from a Facebook page using the software that we use. So if you're streaming on there, that's awesome. That's very generous of you to share that. And what area are you located in, Tornado Cowboys? What do you guys primarily chase? Southwestern Ontario, Southern Ontario? If you can let me know, and then that way I know where to keep an eye out for you. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to actually make a note of that. Where's my pen? I've lost my pen. There we go. Sorry, I'm just going to make a note here to keep Tornado Cowboys in our thing. And we will be bringing more streamers online. I've had questions about that in the past and in the last few days. We are definitely looking to bring people on board, but we have to grow the channel in a way that we can structure it properly. But if you're chasing out there and you've got photos or a video clip you want to send to us, like I said, you can do it through our Facebook or through our email, which is at the top left of the screen. Anybody who's chasing out there, and then we will be adding more people live streaming so that we can have more eyes on the weather as larger events come through the area. So just going to get back to the scans here, 405. So we should have, I'm going to wait for the latest scan coming off this radar, and then we'll address it and go from there. Perfect. So Eric Armstrong, I think he's far southwestern Ontario. So yeah, we don't have eyes down there. So if you're like Sarnia, Windsor, way down there, then that's perfect, because we definitely don't have anybody down there. So tornado warning warnings so far this summer still. So we in Ottawa haven't had any tornado warnings so far this summer, still early July. Yes, I mean, the city of Ottawa, I'm sure, doesn't enjoy having them at all. So they're, most people are happy about that. But yeah, we definitely still a long season left to go, July, August. Even into September, as we know, 2018, we had two fairly strong tornadoes come through the area, September 21st in 2018. So definitely still lots of time left. So Thomas Miller, 6 p.m. storm chances start for Windsor. That sounds about right. And then sharing is caring. I live in Bruce County and a firefighter in Erin Eldersile. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that remotely well. But if I'm available, I'm always willing to travel. We reported the first confirmed by NTP event in Canada on 20. Oh, that's awesome. So appreciate your service as a firefighter as well. That's not a job I definitely would sign up for. So appreciate that. And yeah. So we'll keep you. I'm going to add you after we're done live streaming here. We will definitely add you as a resource there. And we're also going to be starting some WhatsApp chat groups for people once we get them in terms of live streaming so that we can all communicate easily. So that's definitely something coming down the pipe, as they say. So J.J. Clark or the CBC retired weathermen. Yeah, well, depends if they want to do it, but yeah, it's good to have some experience and knowledge out there. It definitely helps with that. So any chance of storms developing near the Kingston-Belleville corridor? It didn't look like much was expected to be firing up on the HER when I looked this morning. That's from Eric Armstrong. Perfect. Tom from Tornado Cowboys. Well, I'm Tom as well, so that should make it very easy for me to remember his name. No, I don't see anything down there in the corridor you were mentioning from Kingston to Belleville, which is just around the lake. I mean, it's always a possibility something happens, but I'm skeptical that anything will happen at this point along there. I'm just looking further back towards southwestern Ontario to see if anything's coming up, but at this point it is not. So we'll just zoom back in here and look at what's going on in Montreal. None of these storms on the Quebec side are severe warned, so no warnings out currently. That's just on the Ontario side that we have that. The storm on Blainville, Boisbriand, that's the strongest portion of heavy precipitation there, but again, still no lightning. And I am going to look, just looking here, sorry, I'm just trying to pinpoint this. Where is this? Montreal Mirabel Airport, Saint Eustache Laval. So why do I not see that? That's way up in the mountains. I'm trying to find the cameras that are possibly under this weather, but I can't seem to do it. So there's Montreal. I'm trying to line this all up out of Laval. There's Laval. It should be right here. Oh, there it is, Blainville. Okay, so it's too bad you can't make these bigger. Huh. Well, that's tiny. It's just heavy rain. I'm just looking at a traffic camera that's near Blainville. Just heavy rain in that area. Nothing of any significance right now. You used to be able to blow these up bigger, but I guess that's not a thing anymore. Okay, so let's get back to this. Former TV weathermen as guests. Well, that may be something that we bring on board when we, create other videos for the channel and stuff, bringing in experts and, having them discuss things like radar, how to read radar. So good idea. We'll definitely keep on that and go from there. So give me a sec here. Going to get huge. Okay, Tornado Cowboys, your page is going to get huge. What you are doing is amazing. I appreciate the kind words. We hope so. We also don't want it to grow too fast where we lose control of it. So we definitely want to have it so that it remains interactive, where we can access things for people watching the stream and having it very interactive that way. So definitely going to need to bring people on board, but we'll keep at this. So Grenville has a warning coming from Lizzie. Grenville, where the heck is the warning for Grenville? I'm just going to look here. I don't see one, but I want to see where it is. So, oh, okay, yeah, that was right across from Hawkbury. You guys have a warning there? Interesting. I'm not showing that on my... That would be right... sorry, Grenville is right there. So that warning was for a storm. That was quite some time ago. I'm amazed it's... Oh, they just put one out? What did they put one out for? No, that's the watch. Sorry. The problem is the lines are in the same spot. I got to find the yellow one. That's a watch. I need the warning. Yeah, it says it's expiring in 50 minutes, but I just want to take a look here. Severe thunderstorm has weakened or moved out of the region. So it's just staying on the software. So if you just got a warning, it may be delayed, Lizzie, on your device. But that was for storms earlier that moved out of the area that are now basically in the Quebec side of things. This warning is old and really not applicable at this time. Perfect. Ken Slaw 2 subbed. Awesome. Appreciate you subscribing to us, and don't forget, hit that notification so you know when we jump on board here. We do put it on our Facebook pages to let people know as well, but that's the quickest and easiest way. Wakefield Edelweiss area just started getting light rain and dark clouds, so I'm going to take a look here. I'll switch back to Franktown radar. Take a quick look here because it's closer. So yeah, so you've got like La Pêche in this area here, Wakefield, St. Pierre to Wakefield. They're just regular showers, nothing too intense. So nothing to worry about on that side. Definitely Castleman getting a lot of rain right now. Hopefully not any hail in that. So far I haven't seen any indicators today of any hail. If anybody has seen some, please let me know, but definitely haven't seen anything on radar that would make me think that there's been hail anywhere. Okay. Oh, perfect, Cancel. Appreciate it. We'll check out your channel and go from there. And Lizzie says just ended. Perfect. Awesome. Good interaction, guys. Let's get back to these storms. Blainville radar. I'm just gonna load it up. Get rid of that. It's definitely been giving me a hard time loading the Blainville radar for whatever reason, and my internet seems fine. So, oh no, it's dropping out now. That's why. Frustrating day. There we go. Okay, so again, strongest storms are out here, not severe warned, so just heavy precipitation in these areas. Once again, kind of moving in an northeastern trajectory. So Terrebonne, Mascouche, Saint-François, Montreal North, Laval, Saint Leonard is all kind of in that area with these two storms that are coming through. Mostly heavy rain though, however, so nothing. There's one lightning bolt I see right now on the just above Boisbriand, so again, not intense at this point. Mont-Tremblant, downpour just... Okay, so Jean Pelletier tuning in here, just drove back from Mont-Tremblant, got major downpour just north of Montebello and then near Turso. So that would be back in this area here. I will look at the Franktown radar just to see where that is. So there's Thurso. So these storms, well, we'll load this up again. There, we'll load back here. So those would have been the storms from earlier when you were driving through. Absolutely, some of those areas had very intense precipitation. But I appreciate the update there. No hail or lightning or thunder in Ottawa so far, just the rain earlier. Yeah, definitely nothing in Ottawa in terms of any lightning strikes or thunder. We did have heavy rain, like you said, but that was at the very start of this event when the storms popped to the west. I am located in Kemptville. I'm just south of Ottawa, so this is my camera just outside of the office here, and you can see definitely getting windy. The sun has come back, and you can see the dark skies on the horizon from storms to the north. So that's a live view outside of my house here. So let's just take a look back at radar again. So anybody tuning in, again, Castleman, St. Albert, Moose Creek, Maxville, St. Isidore, and Fournier. This storm is moving eastward, northeastward, so that's all going to track in this kind of direction. So that's just heavy rain, some wind associated with it. The Castleman, or just over north of Castleman, definitely has some heavy precipitation in that as well. So just pay attention to that. Just got a picture on the Facebook page from Calvin Medinsky, just showing me a sunny, bright day in Kemptville, and I said, yeah, that's just typical. So we just covered that Kemptville, basically everything west here isn't seeing anything. So we, again, probably only seeing one round at this point. If we do see a second round, it'll be somewhat later. But you never know. So we'll keep up with this till these storms kind of get out of the area. On the Quebec side, the biggest part of the weather is right now just in this section here, north of the Montreal Metro. Heavy rain and some wind associated. I actually will look at wind velocities. So there's some decent winds embedded in this section here. I will bring this up. So there's some 55 mile an hour off the surface. It is close to the radar, so I would suspect on the surface you're seeing 70 kilometer hour gusts probably coming out of this storm, and that's just essentially coming in as Saint Leonard, Montreal North, Vimont. In that area there, so definitely some stronger wind gusts associated with this storm out front on the Quebec side. And let's take a look here. Where two warnings that disappeared, Bourget. Yeah, so I'm going to just swing back. Yeah, they still have one here left out here. It's going to expire within the next half an hour or so, but the only storms to concern with are St. Isidore, Castleman area. They're still going to be moving eastward, and that's just going to be a lot of rain. I was in Maxville and Williamsburg a few weeks ago, metal detecting with an American friend from hot Tampa, first trip to Canada. So they always think Canada's cold, and I always bring them up here in August and go, do you still think it's cold? And I have friends from Daytona Beach area that came up one August, and we were sitting in downtown Ottawa, and he literally sat there and said, I can't believe how hot it is, and sweat pouring down his face. And I said, well, yeah, that's the humidity that Ottawa's known for. So, yeah, it's the perception is that we're frozen ice popsicles up here, but the rest of us know that it gets warm here just as anywhere else. So, okay. See if anything else is going on. Okay, I'm just going to catch up on a few comments here. storms moved in. There was definitely a nice line coming through earlier, so just gonna get some messages out. Okay, let's jump back to this. So 4:23 p.m. was our last scan out of the Montreal radar. It is 4:31, so we should see something new there. I'm just going to pan back to Franktown for these storms that are east of Ottawa, just so we get a better look. So the precipitation has moved into St. Isidore, raining pretty hard there. East of Castleman and over Castleman, still a big pocket of precipitation. Another storm heading for Vankleek Hill and up to St. Eugene. I don't think it'll get into Hawkbury, but heavy rain. No lightning, just some wind associated with this as well. And nothing too intense in terms of winds. I'm just having a look here. Yeah, nothing intense in terms of winds. So just regular heavy downpours associated with these storms right now. Okay, if anybody has any questions, by all means, fire them in the chat. I will do my best to answer them. Mostly, this looks like it's moving out of the Ottawa region. We are now concentrating on eastern Ontario and then into Montreal possibly. There are no severe warnings right now in the Quebec side. So I suspect that as this tracks along, things are not going to intensify a whole lot. But we'll take a look and see whether this does anything. And I'm just going to go back here to see if there's anything to the north that looks of any. No, just rain all the way up to Mattawa. Pembroke, Petawawa should be done with the rain for the most part. Deep River definitely getting rain, and Chalk River as well. And then some pockets of rain north of the Ottawa Metro. The most intense would be just east of Val-des-Bois and White Deer, moving into Montpellier, Chenville, and Lac-Simon. So bit of intense rain going on there, but no lightning at this time. So it looks like for the most part the severe portion essentially was isolated to one storm when it really was getting going, and that's the one that has pushed out to the Montreal area. But it was just for strong winds and heavy downpour, nothing to do with hail at that time or any kind of real major rotation. So that's always good. And we'll scan back here to Blainville, have a look at this. So this is all right over the radar. So these storms here, this is the meat of the weather on the Quebec side, just to the northwest and north of Montreal, heading towards, let's just take a look in here, sorry, Varienne, we're heading in that, Pointe-aux-Trembles, Montreal east, currently over Terrebonne and Mascouche. So just precipitation and heavy precipitation headed that way. I do think in the future, for anybody that's tuned in from Montreal or the Quebec area, I'm bilingual, but my French is not as good as it should be when it's talking about storms. I think we are going to bring somebody on once things expand enough where we can have a French quotient in terms of talking about storms on the Quebec side, and you know, who's fluent in the lingo for storms in French. So that is coming down the road. Like I said, we have a lot of ideas and a lot of plans. It's just going to take some time to get there. So let me go back to the comments here. Hawkbury split. Thanks for the live stream. Much appreciated. Our pleasure, Marie, as always. Love to see you tuning in. watch on the Weather Network. Yeah, there is a thunderstorm. It's still out there. The thunderstorm watch is still there from Environment Canada, and it's another. I'm just going to click on it here. They still have it for 10 and a half hours. So Environment Canada is expecting more storms later, as was I originally. I don't know if that's going to materialize. So that's why that watch is still out there. Cottage in Val-des-Monts, Quebec. Anything up there? Val-des-Monts. I don't think, other than just regular rain up there. Nothing to write home about. And I'm trying to figure out where. Oh, the Val-des-Monts, no. Hey, right now, St. Pierre to Wakefield might be getting some rain, but it's just basic rain. So, perfect, Joel. De rien, as they say. We try and get the info out there, one way or the other. So let's take a look here. Yeah. So right now, 4:29, 4:36. So we're 7 minutes in between scans here. So one will be coming down the pipe here shortly. I am curious about this little storm out here by itself. Yeah, it's been tracking along for about 3-4 scans. Doesn't look like it's going to get worse, so that's good. Perfect. Boisbriand, so you are getting a lot of rain right now, Joel. And a lightning bolt just north of you, I just noticed on our software. So appreciate you tuning in. And I know our YouTube was mentioning Ottawa area, but I can only put so much. That's where they were starting, but I knew that they would end up in the Quebec side eventually. But there's only so much we can put in our title or our YouTube thumbnails. So I try to put where the area starts, and obviously where it tracks to, we keep up on it, that kind of stuff. So Pakenham resident here, new subscriber, thank you. Our pleasure, Janet. Thank you for jumping on board. Appreciate the subscription. And don't forget to hit the notification button so you get the notification on your device when we do jump on for these severe weather events. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to just pan back out here. I will look at the storms in eastern Ontario from this radar just to get a little bit more accuracy. So heavy rain has moved off. It's almost in St. Isidore and Dunvegan. That's the next areas. Maxville will see some rain from this. I don't know how intense, because you're on the southern portion of it. You'll probably get a decent soaking from that. Just south of Van Cleek Hill, definitely getting a lot of rain down almost to Alexandria. So that's your area of precipitation there. And that's continuing to move eastward from here. So let's just take a look. Comments or any submissions. Just got storm clouds rolling through. Jennifer Popplewell from Smith Falls, about an hour ago. She submitted this 7 minutes ago. It's just a picture of some storm clouds as they were coming through. Definitely dark skies, as they say. So there's our latest scan. You're about to get a bunch of rain. Maxville is definitely decent downpour, and St. Isidore is definitely getting a lot of rain as well as this cell tracks eastward. So, and then again, just Van Cleek Hill's even in on the game at this point with some reasonable rain. And now we're moving back into the Quebec side, where we get into Saint Eugène, back heading towards Rigaud. With these storms that are moving through. So they're probably half an hour to 45 minutes out from Rigaud. So keep that in mind. Cancel. Can you see hooks ever in these storms? Ever seen a hook in radar images? Yes. Being a chaser for the last 11 years, I've chased some very big storms in the U.S. I've seen 94 tornadoes in my storm chasing career, so I've definitely seen some high-end severe weather in my lifetime, and yeah, we have hooks that happen on storms in this area for sure. Uh, Definitely, we're not immune to that, and there are definitely days where rotation goes through. I have a photo coming through Kempville, and if I can easily find this, I'm just going to take a look to see if I can find this fairly quickly. One of the best examples I've ever seen of a wall cloud and a clear slot, which is part of tornado genesis, happened literally less than a kilometer from my home. So if you guys bear with me for a bit, I'll see if I can find this quickly. What day was that? Give me a sec here. Large icons. This was... I might be able to find it on my phone quicker, which is... This is 2023. That's July. Let me see here. I'll be able to find the date in my phone faster than I can on my computer. And I'll keep an eye on this stuff on the screen while I'm doing it. It'll have a date stamp in it. Come on. No, of course I have too many photos of storms in my phone, being a storm chaser. Okay, let's try this. And I apologize while I'm doing this. Come on, come on, come on. Gonna have to find a faster way to search for things here in our media. I almost need an assistant. Man, so many photos. I've definitely seen some crazy stuff. No, not going to be easy. Okay, well, we'll continue with the radar. I'll keep trying to find it, and if I do, I will put it up on the screen. I remember it was the day I think Connor got his very first tornado. Oh, God, I just found it, and it took me... This is from August 31st of 22. And I'm just going to zoom out of the photo so it's got the whole thing here. Okay, I'm going to share this with you guys. So this is a tornado warned storm. I don't even think actually it was tornado warned. But what... let me see if I can mark this up. Can you edit? You can't. So if you look above the truck, this is a wall cloud. And this is over Highway 43 through Kempville, Ontario. And then you can see the light gray spots and the two dark gray spots. That's what's called a clear slot cutting into the storm. So if you follow that from left to right, that's the winds cutting into the storm and then going around the wall cloud. And that's what causes the rotation to happen. That's almost a textbook definition of a wall cloud. So if you see that, and it's the lower part is rotating, even if it's slowly, that's a wall cloud with a storm that has some potential on it. So like I said, in our area, that's the most textbook wall cloud I've seen from there. And Andre put May 26, 22. No, it was this one was August 31st, the one of 22. It was late in the season, so that's a storm end of August, almost into September. So you got to be careful, regardless of how late we are in the year. So just getting back to the radar here while we took a bit of a break there. So Storms have moved east again. St. Isidore is almost out of it essentially at this point, and then it's Maxville, Dunvegan, Greenfield, Alexandria going to get rained on here. And then we're moving back here into Rigaud with this storm out front with heavy rain. So that's our main areas of precipitation. I will look on the Montreal side to take a look. And basically this is our heaviest rain. And repeating, oh God, I always struggle saying this town. It's so funny. So Varennes is to the south, and east of Terrebonne is where our meat of our precipitation is on the Quebec side. There's a bit down in Montreal North and Saint Leonard, I should say. So that's where our storms are currently. They are not severe warned. So not enough of a intensity to those storms that Quebec, Environment Canada Quebec deems them as not being severe at this point. So this is the last of the stuff in Ontario. I am going to look back to see if anything is happening behind it. I am noticing some stuff happening back here. It's still far away and it's very minor, but we are far away with our radar. So I don't think that's going to be anything, but it could be indication of a line trying to get going, and it extends down, I'm sure, into this area here, but nothing has happened on radar yet. So I'm going to keep that kind of in the back of my mind, and we'll stay on top of it from there. But yeah, definitely this area here. Definitely a lot of precipitation with this. I will look at wind velocities here just to see what is happening with the wind. And we'll run a cycle here to see if it loads. There we go. So some winds in there, nothing crazy. I would suspect 50-kilometer-hour gusts. There are some more winds to the east, but that's because we are getting a little further from radar as well. So that stands to reason. But nothing in terms of how we had the winds on that initial cell near Rigaud about an hour ago or so ago. So winds aren't terrible. It's just going to be heavy rain, and these are our last two cells in the area. So let me just take a look here on comments. East End Montreal here, wind gusts and rain just started from Franco. Thanks for tuning in, Franco. Yeah, East End is going to definitely see less of this weather than the northwest and the northern portion of Montreal. So that I don't think the south part of Montreal will see a whole lot other than maybe a little bit of rain. Okay, looks like some storms forming west of Ottawa, up the Ottawa River on radar. Been told many storms follow the river down towards the 100% do. There is nothing currently, like these are just generalized storms up down Deep River, Chalk River. Those are mostly tracking eastward, and they're pretty broad. When you get these smaller storms, they do latch onto the Ottawa River and ride it in. We talk about that in our chase group here in Eastern Ontario a lot. It just hugs that river, basically latches onto that moisture that's available and uses that to intensify. So west of Ottawa over Quebec. The one, if you're referring to the one by La Pêche, I see that there. There's a little bit of heavy rain in that, but we'll keep monitoring that to see if it expands anymore or if it just kind of dies out. And let's go take a look here. So I can close that off. I may even have video here. Oh, I don't. So August 31st. I think it's actually one of in our intro video, I think I have that August 31st day in Kemptville where we had rotation. I have that as part of our intro video because it was interesting to watch it almost develop into a storm. And I'm just looking here to see if this is the video. Yeah, so I'm going to show this to you guys. Sorry. It's a very short clip. But this is also sped up, just so you understand. So I was showing that picture of the wall cloud in Kemptville. So sorry, wrong button. So this is it further on. This was this was southeast of Kemptville, kind of getting close to the Seaway, the St. Lawrence. But if you look here, you'll see, I'm going to put it back to the beginning, and you can see how that's all rotating. Now this is sped up, so it's not really rotating like that visually, but it basically, you can see that rotation within it, but nothing was imminent in terms of tornado or anything like that. But it definitely tried to do it at that point where it was trying to get organized enough that it would possibly do something. So just fun. I love weather, so I can watch these kinds of things all the time, and I enjoy just seeing the little intricacies of storms when they happen in the area. Okay, let's look at some comments here. Alicia, Cornwall has some dark clouds moving in, but doesn't look too bad. So Cornwall, you're seeing the storms to the north, so there's nothing from your west coming in right now. You're just seeing the big precipitation storm that's north to Green Valley, Alexandria, up that way. That's what you're seeing in terms of storm or clouds in the Cornwall area. Will not hit you. You're still in the clear in that area. Robert Gagnon, thank you for the kind words, Robert. Appreciate it. And we're always looking for feedback, even if it's negative or you guys want something done or don't like something we're doing. Please let us know. I mean, if we can address it, we will. I want all sorts of feedback, not just the positive, but the negative stuff, as long as it's reasonable, with today with social media. But, we do always look to improve things. So monitor that Lapèche, I think is the one you're talking about. Yeah, I'm watching that one, but it looks like it weakened on the latest scan comment coming in on YouTube there, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on that. But right now all we're dealing with is rain in the east, to the east of Ottawa, and Montreal is dealing with a bunch of rain essentially, but nothing severe. Which is good. I don't want to see severe in Montreal area because that's a very densely populated urban environment. So right now, the biggest storm precipitation, there's quite a bit of it. You're looking up through this area from Sorel-Tracy down to, almost into Montreal itself, with a small gap at Pointe-aux-Trembles. That's basically, the meat of the precipitation in here. That's heavy rain. No lightning currently, so that's also a good thing for anybody in that region there. So, question, which Twister film do I like better? Thought the second one was awful. So I'm on your team. I've watched the second one once, and I never watched it again. It glorifies storm chasing, and it's Hollywood. That's what they have to do so that people want to watch it. But it promotes, like, the main characters driving through farmers' fields, planting his truck and setting off fireworks. I dare you to do that in Texas and Oklahoma. You will not be heard from after doing it once, because down there they shoot first and ask questions later. So it just promoted bad habits or bad things to do as far as storm chasing is concerned. And the hobby is already dangerous down there because the amount of people that chase in the U.S. You can when I chase in the U.S., I'm more afraid of two things than tornadoes: lightning and other storm chasers. The driving down there, they drive down dirt roads. They're not paying attention. There have been more chasers killed in traffic accidents than there have been from storms. So for me, like I said, lightning, it's so unpredictable. That scares me because you cannot predict it. and then the other chasers driving like lunatics on the road. So yeah, did not like Twisters in plural, and like I said, I've watched it once and that was it. Never watched it again. So definitely the original from 96 or 97, I think. I've watched that. I don't even want to admit how many times I've watched that movie, but it's definitely my favorite for sure. Okay, so a little bit of an internet issue, but hopefully it's still maintaining. Oh yes, and I had an email. I forgot about that. Uh, Perfect. So got some kind of stuff coming in here. A whole lot of nothing but disgustingly humid weather over here in Ottawa, Canada. Yes, after the storms rolled through, jumping a little bit of rain, it just does nothing other than make the humidity even that much worse. So, storms to the north, or storms, rain to the north of Ottawa. The only storm I can say is currently north of Montpellier, Lac Simon, and Duhamel. That's your area of precipitation there. Nothing else. Everything else is moving out of the region. So, like I said, I think we'll have a possibility of a second round, but it's becoming less and less likely at this point. And I'm just noticing some stuff on the U.S. side. I'm just looking down there to see what that is, but just heavy rain in Montreal area. Thankfully, and nothing people need to be too worried about. As you can see, we're back to sunshine, a little bit of wind in Kempville. Super bright here, no storm clouds on the horizon. So it's definitely going to look like it's going to be a good evening today in this area. And again, got no rain, and you can see the grass across the road. It's brown, and mine is going to need some watering because it's starting to get brown again. So missing all the weather as usual. So that's just the nature of the beast, as they say. Question from Franco. Is there a tornado alley in Canada? If so, is it an extended alley from the U.S.? So I wouldn't... basically, the prairies is where you primarily are going to see those tornadoes, and it does extend up from the U.S. because you've got that moisture just moves up from the Gulf of Mexico into Canada. So you get interaction with the jet stream coming off the Rockies in Alberta and Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan's probably the province with the most tornadoes each season in terms of it changes. Like some seasons, the province is dead, but Ontario is huge, so it's unfair to compare the number of tornadoes per province because of just the sheer size of Ontario. But southern Ontario definitely gets some along. They interact with the lakes and that kind of stuff. So definitely out west, Manitoba. Saskatchewan and Alberta, that's primarily where we get tornadoes and severe storms like you do in the States. You get big supercells out there. Not as much in Ontario. Ontario tends to be fast-moving storms, lined-out storms, meaning a bunch of storms in a line, essentially. You get all sorts of different variations. Supercells don't happen as often in Ontario, just because of where we are and what happens there. So hopefully that answers your question. Cancel. I heard Tornado Alley has moved more eastward. It is shifting somewhat, but whether that's a pattern change or whether that's just how it is, there are definitely more tornadoes moving into Arkansas and those states there, Minnesota. You're definitely seeing some shift a little bit, but you still... this year, Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, North Dakota, South Dakota, there were huge tornadoes there. My friend Shannon from Manitoba was down in South Dakota, Minnesota, and she got amazing, I'm super jealous, but she got amazing, I was so happy for her, videos and pictures of tornadoes down there. I would have loved to have been there, but just not meant to be this year. So, yeah, definitely... things are definitely changing. Duhamel, on my list of places to visit, Bonnie Gale. Yes. Quebec's got some beautiful areas. I actually went to Lac Mégantic in April to shoot the solar eclipse that happened. So we drove through that town, which obviously, if many of you know, I'm sure, but it had that rail accident where most of the town was actually destroyed in downtown because of a runaway train that crashed into town and caught fire. But we were on the lake itself in April shooting the solar eclipse, and I always wondered why people wanted to find the path of totality. Was it really that amazing that, to witness a total solar eclipse being in the dark? Now that I've done it, I totally understand why people chase that. It was incredible to witness that. If you get a chance and you're near the path of totality of any solar eclipse, I highly recommend you do it. Even if you're just going to just experience it, you don't want to take photos or video or whatever, it's definitely worth doing. So we drove all the way there and then drove all the way back. And the traffic was crazy because of how many people went towards that area of totality. So traffic jams on the highways for hours. Okay, I'll stop talking about that. We'll get back to these storms. So the two last storms that are in Ontario or Eastern Ontario is basically here. There's only one really in Eastern Ontario, and it's just heavy rain right now from Greenfield, almost just to south of Van Cleek Hill. Essentially, it's just heavy precipitation, nothing in terms of lightning, and a little bit of wind. So all of this is moving out, and again, nothing is severe warned on the Quebec side at this point. Just big time heavy rain and one lightning bolt that decided it was going to plant itself near Saint-Antoine-sur-Richelieu. There's two more to the southwest here, but yes, a very heavy rain, but that's basically all these storms are. So I think once this storm is out of Ontario, we will probably end the stream unless something intensifies to the point where it justifies keeping track of it. At this point, again, even for Drummondville and those areas on the Quebec side, it's just heavy rain. Nothing dangerous at this point. And I'm looking back here. I'm going to check the Franktown radar to see if anything is bubbling to the west. And if so, what it's doing. But I don't see anything right now that's happening. I'm just running the cycle here. So I think once that storm's out of the Eastern Ontario portion, we will stop the stream. But yeah, I don't see anything happening here to the west right now. So, and again, if things do start to happen to the west and are moving back into the region, we will just start up another live stream and jump on that. But right now, this is the last of the Ontario stuff. And then this has just moved into the Quebec-Rigaud region. Heavy rain, no lightning. Our heaviest precip is right here near Glen Sandfield. And moving eastward at this point. And then I will look back at Blainville radar. And yeah, just typical. My internet is slowed down and I can't get the data. I'm going to have to look into that. Okay. So let's have a look here. Yeah, so these storms just, again, heavy rain. I'm going to look up towards Quebec City. They do have a severe warning for a storm up here. See if I can get that data. Come on. Well, it's giving me a hard time. Okay, let's take a look here. So we'll see what. Okay, stop that. Do this. So right now, Yeah, that storm that was out front that went into Quebec City, that was the most intensity we've seen from storms today. And there's one trailing behind it, a cluster of storms that is, I'm just going to bring in here. I think that's the last scan. So heavy, heavy rain with some lightning up in this area here. And that's Fortierville, just in that area there. Northeast of Trois-Rivières, you've just got a bunch of rain and wind headed that way. This is going to move its way out of Quebec. And then I'm just looking back here towards the Montreal area, and we will pull that back up and take a look here. So what time is it? 4:59, so we've got a few minutes before our next scan update. Let me see here, comments. Just a sec here. People have more social media than the old days. Some say that's why we seem to see more of them. 100% we see or we hear about tornadoes or severe weather events because we have smart devices. Back in the day, if there was a tornado that happened even in Windsor and I'm in Ottawa, unless it made the evening news, I wouldn't really know about it. So with the advent of, obviously the internet and then smartphones and social media, a flood happens in Texas and within minutes I know about it in Ottawa. I can know about it in Europe, Australia, wherever it is. So 100% we're exposed to it more because we have such instant on-demand information, which is good and bad at the same time, because like I said, people get the perception that severe weather is happening more. It ebbs and flows. So there's some years that are, more intense. There's other years that are less intense. But overall, the severe weather is changing slightly, but nothing drastic. But it may seem drastic to people because they're now hearing about it all the time. So I definitely agree with that social media has impacted how much we see it. Lost River Farm tuning in here. Hudson, Quebec had heavy winds and rain, clouds moving fast. Rain seems to be dissipating. Thanks for doing this, Tom. We are happy to do so. Glad it helped you out. And like I said, the rain is moving out of that area. You are going to see a little more in Hudson because there is a storm that's coming from Rigaud. And then eventually, if this storm to the west around Glen Sandfield continues, it may get into Hudson as well. So just keep that in mind. Sad anniversary. Is it today that Mégantic happened? That would be weird. Like, I don't know why I would have been talking about it, but that's just, I gotta Google that because that would be crazy. Just weird coincidence, but oh my God, it is today. Thank you for bringing that up, Franco. That is a sad anniversary. I definitely, I hadn't been there till I was there in April, and they have that downtown where they've got a monument and stuff like that, and it's just crazy how that took place and what led to that. But yeah, it's definitely a sad anniversary. So it's the 12-year anniversary of Lac Mégantic disaster. So yeah. Jonathan Patronella. I don't think I've met him. I have heard the name. I would have to look up. I used to do most of my social media was on Twitter. I've kind of abandoned ship on that as well. So most of it right now is obviously this Canadian Weather Live on YouTube and Facebook. That's the most of my social medias essentially. So. And then catching sunrise. These weather we've been having or getting doesn't seem normal. It can feel that way at times. Definitely seeing more of it as of recently. For example, I don't know where you are, what region, but we're south of Ottawa, and we had one storm in April, we had one in May, and two in June, which is really low for weather. And then this last week we've had 3 severe weather events travel through the eastern Ottawa region, or eastern Ontario region I should say more specifically, So yeah, it's hit or miss with weather, but we are definitely having an impact on weather as a I'm speaking of humanity, so we definitely affect things when it comes to weather. So the patterns do change for sure. And let's just take a look if anything. So the good news is that storm that's coming from Rigaud and heading into Hudson is weakening. The one to the west is still heavy rain, but for the most part isn't getting any stronger at this point. So let's just take a look here. So question: do you remember the Derico? Yeah, I definitely remember that day. I was in the U.S. storm chasing. I was driving from Amarillo, Texas, to back to Oklahoma City for our next chase, and I was watching it on this app, on this radar app, on my truck as we were driving, and I was showing the winds that were in there, and there were some 100-mile-an-hour winds above the surface again, and it was going for my house, and I went, well, hopefully my house is there when I get back, and I reached out to some neighbors after that went through Kempville, and it really intensified east of Ottawa, as we all know, but I did a damage survey when I got back and checked out what that Derico did, and it's crazy to see what it does. So yeah, it definitely, we do have some intense weather events at times in Eastern. I remember ice storm, that was another big one for me. So definitely, yes, definitely some severe stuff that happens that we have to pay attention to. So Lepech fizzled out. Yes, yeah, I figured Lepech would. They just go up, they pop, they dump a lot of rain, and then eventually they just disappear just in this environment. And when these storms originally got going, I could see them out my office window on my looking north from my office, and I could see that they were bumping into kind of a cap, so they were kind of limited in terms of what they could do in terms of intensity. So I'm not surprised that the storms north in Quebec are not really getting going. And again, we look like we are getting out of it at this point. I'm just going to look here to see if anything from Franktown. So I think this is the second line, but it's not really getting going, so I don't think it's going to be anything to worry about. But I will, once I stop the stream, I will monitor it and keep an eye on it, and make sure that if it does require any kind of eyes on, I will jump back on the stream and we will walk through it as we've done everything else. So so I'm just getting back to comments here. Cancel. We were in Maryville Road shopping. Oh yeah. Yeah, Maryville Road took some hydro poles. I mean, they were, even Greenbank, I think. Greenbank had absolutely crazy amount of hydro poles tossed onto the ground. Definitely not fun. I don't know anything about bomb threats to the airports. I just saw the report that Nav Canada had gotten some, but I have no idea about the rest of it. Definitely caused chaos, but not sure what that was. So the CBC should hire me. I don't think I'm good enough for television, but I'm happier doing this because then I don't have somebody telling me what to do, and I can give you guys the information that needs to get out there, and I don't have to stick to a script or a limited window, because right now we've been streaming for almost 4 hours, so I've been talking nonstop, but it allows people to get the information. So I'm just seeing something popping here by Renfrew. Sorry, don't mean to zoom in and out like that. So something popped on a boundary, it looks like. We'll see if that comes to anything. I don't know that it will, but definitely something back there that's happening. So this storm here is just on the border. The heaviest precip is onto the Quebec side now, and it's moving out of Ontario. I'm going to continue and just take a look here from the Blainville radar just to see what else is happening. So again, Saint Eugene, heaviest rain. Drummondville's got a cell popping over it with a bunch of storms coming at it, so Drummondville's going to get a good soaking. Saint Jude, Saint Hugues, all those areas just getting heavy rain right now. The rest of it is essentially just, I think this might even die off before it gets to Montreal, but not 100% sure about that. So keep an eye on this for a little bit longer, and then probably end the stream. If you have any questions or anything you want to know about today, or anything about weather, fire them in the comments. It doesn't matter if it's not to do with this storm. If it's anything in general about questions about weather, I'm happy to do what I can. So let's just take a look here. Stream seems to be holding too, which is good because it was giving me a real hard time today. And I apologize for that, but just a technical issue of some kind with the internet. Let's have a look here to see if there's anything else that's been submitted through our pages. Got a comment on the page 14 minutes ago from Cheryl in Canada saying it came down sideways in Canada. Now it's hotter than hell. So definitely warm out there and muggy. I honestly wish we had gotten some rain here in Kempville. We desperately need it, but it doesn't seem to be something that's going to happen. Okay, what else here? Okay, I think that's it. And if, just a sec here, Jay, my roommate driving from Sudbury. Where's he driving to? That's Jan, sorry, my apologies. Jan, my roommate's driving from Sudbury. Sudbury, I don't know how bad the weather is out there because the radar is down, but it just looks like regular rain. So just going to have rain along the drive from Sudbury if they're coming back to the Ottawa area. So definitely just rain, nothing to worry about. Bancroft area, checked lousy. Environment Canada, yours is better. Okay. Question, overall infrastructure to deal with heavy downpours. Are we ready? Yeah, it's funny. That's actually been a thing that has come up. When you think about the large cities, that all the concrete that's on the ground, the water has nowhere to go. I see it for heavy downpours. It's going to be a struggle for anywhere. Thankfully, they don't happen a lot here, but if I compare it to my time in the U.S. where I go in Oklahoma and Texas, where it's really dry and then all of a sudden they get a ton of rain, their systems, their roads flood a lot. And they have this huge campaign that they run down there called Turn Around, Don't Drown, because so many people just drive over flooded roads and the road may not even actually physically be there because it's washed away. So big urban environments, Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto, they definitely need to do something to adapt to heavy downpours, because how many times have we seen the Don Valley Parkway flooded and cars are, completely stranded and stuff like that? It's happened numerous times. So cities definitely have to address being able to evacuate water from the urban environments and do it in a fashion that works. So there's all sorts of things that they're doing. There's even porous concrete now that they do, or porous tarmac, which allows the water to dissipate through it. So technology's catching up. So we do definitely need to do improvements in that regards. Find Ottawa storms sort of start from the Bancroft area, then moved east, or from Quebec and down the Ottawa River as discussed earlier. Yeah, we definitely there's a pattern to where our storms come from. Bancroft's a terrible area to chase, in case anybody's thinking of ever chasing down that way. I've done it a few times, but there's no service in there for cellular data, and visibility is terrible because you're in between a bunch of hills. So definitely not. Jan, happy to answer your question. Like I said, shouldn't be running into anything too hectic, and if they left at 3, then should be fine tonight. So I think at this point, this last storm, I'm just going to look at it from Blainville. just load it up here, and then if it'll load. Come on. What is going on here? Blainville today has been a bit difficult trying to load data. Because I think Franktown will load right away. I could be wrong. Oh, it's my internet again. Frustrating. Come on. Okay, well, we wait while that loads. I was going to look at it from the other radar. I definitely am going to check my internet after this live stream is done to see whether it's just my wireless access point or whether it's my internet itself. But let's see here. Oh, just started loading. There we go. Okay, so now let's see if we can get Blainville to load. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this storm has moved out of Ontario. Severe warning was dropped out of Ontario as well. Nothing on the Quebec side other than just heavy rain that we're looking at right now. So unless there's any major questions or anything, I will cut the stream at this point. And then if something happens in the region again later on, we'll definitely jump back on and again just do exactly what we've been doing. So I'll hang out here for a little bit just to see if anybody wants to get something answered. But for the most part, unless you're on the Quebec side in Montreal, and the most of it is near Drummondville now, the heavy rain. The rest of it's kind of just isolated pockets of rain. And then up into Quebec City and Villeroy and all that kind of stuff up there. So most of that is moved out of our area now. So Hurricane Hazel, no, I was born in 74, so that's 20 years before my time. Definitely wasn't around for that. So and then loading problems, no, I think either my computer is giving me a hard time or my Wi-Fi / internet. So I will definitely look at that to see. I'll run some tests to see what it is. But it's the first time I've had problems, so it just could be something isolated to today. So yeah, it's definitely frustrating when it's trying to get live information out to people, but we're definitely hopefully the stream didn't drop at all, and I definitely will look back at this stream once I can play it back on YouTube and see where the quality dropped and how bad it got, just so I can have an idea of what it affected. So okay, so one last scan, 5:17, 6 minutes. So I'll wait for this last scan, and then we'll call it a day at this point. And I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Sunday. And we currently, I don't think there could be storms tomorrow in the Ottawa area, in the Ottawa Valley, Eastern Ontario. I will look at some models today after I'm done the stream, and then see if we might be on tomorrow. So there is a possibility that we will be back on tomorrow. So always subscribe just so you can get that notification when we jump on. So, and then if we see stuff happening tomorrow that makes sense, we'll walk everybody through it again. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's definitely amazing to see the number of people that we've had in the last 3 weeks jump on and join us for these. And it's the comments have been awesome and amazing, and I've enjoyed doing this with you guys. And once Connor is back, for those that know Connor, he will be live streaming from his vehicle on these storms and events. And he should be back mid-month. We're talking, I think he's supposed to be back like 15th at the latest. So if there's any events that happen, we will have Connor back on, get him a little more interactive on this, and get him to live stream for us. So yeah, that's basically where we're at right now. I'll wait for this one last scan. We'll have a look here. Nice and sunny, a little windy here at my house. Temperature, wow, we're at 30 degrees here in Kemptville right now, so hot, muggy, and gross. And then let's look at, I'm going to take a look at satellite imagery here. So, yeah, definitely think we're okay for the day, but we'll see what Mother Nature has in store here. $5:17. Yeah, so we got another minute or two before this last scan comes in. Okay, just looking here. Yeah, okay. So it's dying. This is our latest scan here. So this storm is definitely losing its oomph. It's lost a lot of its punch. So this is now moving towards Hudson, which will have some heavy rain, but that's basically it at this point. So heading towards Dorval, that kind of area. But I appreciate everybody tuning in this afternoon. For now, everything has moved out of the Eastern Ontario area. I will switch back here just before I jump out. There is a storm that this is just a shower that I will monitor after the stream is done, but it's just basically coming into Braeside, and it's not intense. It's just going to be rain, but I will monitor that to see if that comes towards Ottawa and intensifies in any way. But right now it's just a rainstorm, so there's a boundary here. We were talking about this the other day that's been left by the old storms that came through the region. So you've got kind of a boundary here, and you even have one kind of up in this area here. So sometimes those boundaries can interact with storms and cause them to intensify dramatically, but right now, again, nothing of any significance. So like I said, appreciate everybody tuning in, and then you guys can tune in. If we come back, I will definitely jump back on here. Like I said, can you send us the link for the great radar? So this is Radar Scope is what the name of it is. It is available in iTunes or in the the iTunes store and the Google Play Store. You just look up Radar Scope, and you can find that there. And that radar works really well for anybody that wants to do it. So appreciate everybody interacting on here. It's a lot of fun. All the comments back and forth. So thank you again for tuning in for an awesome stream, and